All right, welcome everyone. We are coming to you live from Big Valley Christian High School in Modesto as the visiting Calaveras varsity Red Hawk football team comes into town to take on the home Big Valley Christian Lions. I'm your host, Gil Valtierra, the voice of Calaveras football, and alongside of me, as always, Mr. Greg Stark. Greg, this Big Valley Christian team comes into this game 3-1 in the Motherlode League, and Calaveras is 4-0. Talk to us a little bit about what should we expect out of this Big Valley team tonight.
So, yes, they are doing very well in the Motherlode League. It's all about the caliber of teams they've played so far. So, comparatively, Big Valley and Calaveras have shared opponents. They both played Riverbank. Calaveras beat them 63-6. Big Valley Christian was a 34-0, and then River Islands Calaveras beat them 55-0, and Big Valley was 14-6. So for River Islands, so Big Valley has some large players. I don't think that they have the caliber of players that Calaveras has. Their schedule isn't as tough, and I do believe that this is going to be. I don't want to call it an easy game for Calaveras, but this would be one of those games where it's going to have to be going to be a little bit difficult for the coaches to keep everybody concentrated, just because of the expectations and film they've watched on who they're going up against tonight.
Well, some couple key players from Big Valley Christian, when you look at their quarterback, number 3, Travis Lima. You heard a little bit on the podcast earlier that I did with Coach Mosa. It always seems like when the head football coach and the quarterback is their son, that coach-son combination usually ends up in being pretty good for that offense. And Big Valley has put up some points this year, and they run that wing T offense, which could be very deceiving for the defense. The defense has to stay disciplined. Players have to stay home on their side of the field and not necessarily go attack to where the play it looks like it is flowing to, because counter could always come back and get you. And then they have their big tight end, number 6, Brady Heinrich, at 6'3", 245 pounds. You see him on film and you go, that's a big kid. Then you come out here and you see him live warming up and you go, whoa, that seems like an even bigger kid. That's a big kid. And number 6, their big tight end, is something that Coach Clark, the defensive coordinator for Calaveras High School, I'm sure has his defense prepared, but that's somebody they're going to have to know where he's lined up at all times.
You mentioned the wing T. It's going to be a sneaky position for him. Characteristically, that's where, the 2 or 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 2 or 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and that tight end can sneak out, as big as he is, can sneak out in that crowd and, start getting those short passes and getting Calaveras' defense guessing. So it's going to be really key for, like you said, people to do their jobs, Calaveras defense to do their jobs, stay in their positions, and do what they've been coached to do all week.
Now, on the other side with Calaveras, you look at Calaveras and say, well, they didn't play last week. Millennium was on the schedule. Millennium had called and forfeited the football game, so unfortunately for Calaveras, no game. The week before that, they go up to Tuolumne in the biggest Motherlode League game of the year, and they beat Somerville 21-7 in a big football game that was a very physical, hard-fought football game all the way to the end. And so I talked to Coach Mosa, talked to a few of the players, and to me, if there isn't anything, if you're going to characterize, what does a trap game look like? It's when you come off a big win, right? And then you have a week off, and then your next game is somebody that on paper supposedly you should be the favorite to win, but don't fall into that trap, right? You better be prepared and ready to go, because I guarantee you Coach Lima's got this Big Valley Christian team ready to go. They're 3-1 in league. They're at home. They have some good football players. They're going to be fundamentally sound and well-disciplined, and they know if they get a win tonight against Calaveras, that can change the whole outlook of the rest of their season.
Yeah, our initial assessment of the league was putting Big Valley a little bit towards the bottom, kind of the best of the rest, if you will. This is, again, like you said, a pass-through game. Having that extra week off, normally you, after a big win, a very emotional game up in Somerville, you want to get right back into it, keep people on the horse, keep that momentum going. Will Calaveras lose the momentum? They coming off that just really hard-fought win up in Somerville, and then come down here. I mean, can they rekindle that? Is it still going? But make no bones about it, Calaveras has a very good team this year, and they're going to be beat mentally if they're beaten tonight.
Now, one of the things I talked to Coach Moso about this week is, will number 6, Cohen Curran, the starting quarterback, be back? Obviously, they went up to Tuolumne in that Somerville game 2 weeks ago without their starting quarterback. And with the combination of that Wildcat offense look where they were direct snapping the ball to number 7, Enrique Hernandez, their big tailback, a combination between that formation and then number 11, Peyton Long, coming in and filling in admirably, getting that fly offense and running the offense to a T. Between those two things, we're wondering, okay, and then you get an extra week off. Will Cohen Curran be back? Well, we still don't know the answer to that, but the good sign is right now during warm-ups, both teams are warming up. And for Calaveras, number 6, Cohen Curran, is suited up, and he's out there warming up with the team. So we don't know whether or not he's going to play or whether he's going to start, but we know he's definitely suited up and out there warming up, as opposed to 2 weeks ago where he was in street clothes with his arm in a sling.
Yeah, arm in a sling 2 weeks ago, starting tonight. That, there's a fine line between how long is he going to stay in there. If the game goes the way it should with Calaveras, a few possessions, maybe a couple quarters, they should be up. And then at that time, is this a warm-up game for him? Is this to get him back in the game to see how his injury is progressing? Pull him out, then put Long back in because you have a very good second quarterback. You don't have to worry about the second string or the next one up didn't play well. So put him in there, get him some reps, get him warmed up, because next week you need him at 100%. Mm-hmm. So this could be I don't want to say a light scrimmage, but this just could be that hey, let's get the cobwebs knocked off, gameplay going, and see what happens.
Yeah, but that's exactly, I don't think, what Coach Mosa wants, because you take it like that, that's when things come back and bite you, right?
Right.
That's the whole trap game concept. Let's talk a little bit about keys of the game. So offensively for Calaveras, we both know, and everybody knows who's been following Calaveras' varsity Red Hawk football team all season long, that you got to know where number 33, Cody Paulson, is going to be lined up, and number 7, Enrique Hernandez. They're two bruising, pounding running backs. Paulson at 250 pounds at fullback. Enrique Hernandez, 235 pounds and some very good speed at halfback. Number 22, Ryan Clifton at that wing spot getting sweep. So they've got some weapons offensively, and what's Big Valley going to be able to do to try to stop them tonight?
Yeah, that's the big question. They have a couple, very stout sod busters on the line. We're going to see how they hold up with the Calaveras offensive line that's been doing very good, hitting double teams and moving up to the second level. So we're going to see how they're going to do with that. And also, both sides of the ball, where are Cody and where are Hernandez lining up on defense? Because they are also very impactful players on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and then you look at defensively. You talk to Coach Mosa, and again, we mentioned earlier the tight end, number 6, is going to be a big key. The quarterback, Lima, is going to be a big key. One of the things Calaveras has done defensively so far this year is that they've only given up one score or less in every league game thus far. So every league game thus far, teams have either scored once or not at all. And so this Calaveras defense, led by Coach Clark, the defensive coordinator, has been playing very stout defensive football. We talked to in the podcast number 60, Wyatt Arias, on the defensive line, who has just been absolutely living in the backfield of the opposing team's offense.
Yep.
He's quick, he's fast, he's hard to block. Number 33, Cody Paulson, when he's playing defense, is that middle linebacker. He's stuffing and filling the run, reading those guards, pulling and flying around, flying to the football. So it's going to be interesting to see how Calaveras runs after this wing T offense by Big Valley.
Yeah, it's not so much a confusing offense, but it can be deceiving. And again, you have to maintain your lanes, you have to maintain your blocks, you can't get too far upfield. All the fundamentals, all the things that Calaveras is generally good at doing. Another key to the game, you mentioned the defense, only the one score, special teams. Mm-hmm. Calaveras has had some issues with special teams, specifically back in Somerville, past Sonora. They had some problems with that night, and it's shown its head that their special teams coverage hasn't been the greatest and has let up some points. And with that, go ahead.
No, you're absolutely right. The third phase of the game, we talked about them offensively, we talked about them defensively, and then the special teams. And besides that special team, it's one of the biggest momentum changers in the game when you can get a big special teams play.
Absolutely. And the third part of the game and the fourth part of the game, which is penalties, which absolutely plagued Calaveras for the first part of the season. I was pleased when they were at Somerville. They had noticeably fewer penalties. And in fact, the majority of the penalties and the severe penalties were by Somerville.
Right. So let's go over the Division 7 football rankings from Max Preps. And I'll tell you right now, before we go over these, Gregs, that trying to decipher and understand how Max Preps or even the CIF comes up with their seeding or their playoff rankings and all this good stuff, I think I'd have a better chance of figuring out, ancient hieroglyphics before I'm able to decide how they figure out how all their rankings.
It's funny you say that because I Googled it. How do they do that? And they say it's akin to the launch trajectory when they went to the moon in the early 60s. So it's very, very intricate.
Very, yeah. So nonetheless, right now coming into this football game, they adjusted them, I think, just yesterday. Calaveras was moved up to number 1 in Division 7. Linden at number 2. Stone Ridge at 3. Somerville at 4, Mariposa County at 5, Rio Vista at 6, Denair at 7, LeGrand at 8, Waterford at 9, Golden Sierra at 10, Big Valley Christian at 11. The reason why I bring this up is the new playoff format where the CIF announced instead of 12 teams going to the playoffs, there's only going to be 8 teams going to the playoffs, and then the remaining, I think, 4 to 6 teams are bowl eligible. So that makes all of a sudden Big Valley really, really needing a win here if they want to try to still stay in playoff contention as opposed to just getting a bowl game at the end of the year.
There's a lot to be said about the hunger, as you mentioned on your podcast, and staying hungry for a win to get in and continue your season, and the finality of not getting a win. I'm not saying it's a do or die for them, but it certainly puts them in a different category than Calaveras, who's on paper, again, appears to be in the driver's seat. Are they going to use that emotion to push them past and play with more emotion than Calaveras, like you mentioned earlier?
Right. So it's going on 6:57 here in the evening. We are scheduled for a 7 o'clock kickoff, but Big Valley here at their home field, they are having what they call senior night. And I thought they were going to do this at halftime, but it does look like that they are introducing some seniors prior to kickoff here. So we might have a little bit of a delay before kickoff. So just so you're aware of what's going on with that. Nonetheless, to continue, there's 19 teams, Greg, in Division 7. Big Valley was 11. Highlands is 12. Gustine is 13. Delhi 14. Bret Hart 15. Elite 16, Esparto 17, Riverbank 18, and Millennium 19. And one of the things that kind of really blew my mind was just a few days ago when last week when Millennium called and forfeited the game. The next day the rankings came out, and because they saw, I guess, a 2-0 is what they would consider a defeat. They saw that score, and all of a sudden Calaveras dropped from number 1 to number 3 or 4. And then Millennium went from last 19, and moved up 5 spots to 14. And I said, wait a minute, they forfeited the game and they moved up 5 spots in the ranking? I don't understand this algorithm.
Yeah, clearly there's no adults in the room for checks and balances, because that just makes no sense. And again, no disrespect to Millennium, but Calaveras was heavily favored to win that game by all.
Right.
With clear path to victory on that. So penalizing them for another team's inability to field a team is ludicrous.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And then to make matters even worse, to support your comments, Bret Hart beat Millennium like 35-0, and they passed Bret Hart in the standings. Bret Hart, and I said, how does that even work?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
So luckily, the football god somewhere said, wait a minute. And they went in and they did the update, and as of today, Calaveras is back at number 1, Linden at number 2. Now, obviously, big game tonight because that's the game that's in front of us. But I'm no longer coaching. I'm allowed to look ahead forward.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about next week, because if Calaveras handles their business tonight, and Linden, I'm sure, will handle their business, then next week is going to be essentially for the Motherlode League Championship, with Linden coming into Frank Meyer Field at Calaveras High School to take on the Red Hawks. Both teams will be undefeated in league play, and the winner of that game most likely will win the Motherlode League championship.
Yeah, clearly both teams are a little bit different. Just by stats and ranking and play and strength of schedule, Calaveras has shown that they're a much stronger team than they were last year. They've continued to grow. Their juniors have moved up and made an impact. Same thing with their sophomores. Linden, if you look at their record this year and their stats and their performance, has come down a few ticks. So those familiar last year, there was an absolute blowout by Linden, in Linden to Calaveras. This year, it's really shaping up to be quite a different game where Calaveras can go in there. There's some games you go in with the best game plan and you just know that this is going to be one of those games where, you can do everything right and it's still going to be, iffy at best.
Right.
That's not going to be this year. The Calaveras at home with full emotions and support from the crowd has a legitimate shot to beat both the top runners, Somerville and Linden, in the same year.
Now, because of the Millennium forfeit last week, I had the opportunity to actually go over and take a drive over to Angels Camp and watch Linden at Bret Hart. Mm-hmm. And so I saw firsthand with my own eyes instead of just watching on film. And you and I both know there's always a big difference between seeing with your own eyes and then film watching. But I did watch Linden, and they're a very good football team. They're a disciplined, talented football team. But compared to last year, I don't feel that they're as explosive as they were last year. Last year, with that quarterback they had, and Busalachi running down the field, streaking, they were just so incredibly just dynamic offensively and very explosive offensively. Now, number 2 and number 1, DeAndre Smith for Linden, are no slouches. They're very fast, very athletic, very good football players. But the surrounding cast around them isn't quite the same as last year. Now, Linden's still a good football team, and they're going to contend for this Division VII championship. They're going to contend for the Motherlode League championship. They're just not as explosive as they were last year from what I was able to see.
Right, and you make a very good point when you talk about watching film as compared to being in the stands or watching in person. There's so much that goes on in between plays. There's so much that goes on with, how players are interacting with each other on the sideline, how they're interacting with the coaches, their emotions on both sides of the ball. And you can see across the field when, people and obviously frustrations coming out. We noticed last week or a couple weeks ago in Somerville that the injuries are really starting to pack up on Somerville. And while it didn't really show it on the field, it showed on the sidelines when they're getting taped up and they're limping and, they go out and put the strong face on, but the performance isn't there on the field. So there's a lot to be said about watching the whole game in its totality, on field, off field, in between, and interactions than watching film.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and there's a big difference. And sometimes film, just depending on the angle that it's being filmed at, can be deceiving. Sometimes players don't look as fast, and then you see them in person.
It's hard to judge speed.
Yeah,
it's hard to judge speed.
They are much faster in person than they were on film. Film's great for being able to diagnose scheme. They come out with 3 wide receivers, 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 3 running backs. So being able to decipher those types of things, film's great. But as far as being able to just decipher, like you said, those intangibles, mm-hmm. like last year, when I went to go watch Linden. It's coincidentally, it was Linden Bret Hart. But it was at Linden, and watching Busalachi on that first drive go down and catch like an 80-yard touchdown reception and then slam dunk it over the goalpost. That was like, okay, if I would have saw that on film, it would have been the same as what I just saw in person.
Yeah, that's a statement to make after that long of a run on the goalpost.
All right, folks, so it does look like we're in a little bit of a delay here because of the seniors that are being introduced. And so what we are going to do is we are going to step away here from a word from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we will start to get ready for kickoff here. We got Calaveras varsity Red Hawk football team at Big Valley Christian Lions. So we'll be back right after this. MRM Stone has over 1,000 natural stone selections, fabrication services, and delivery available. Stop on by 2173 Highway 12 in Valley Springs or go to mrmstone.com. Give us a ring at 209-763-5761. MRM Stone, your masonry and landscape stone supplier. Attention football fans and backyard dreamers. Game day is better when your home turf is just as impressive as the one on the field. The Paver Company is here to turn your yard into the ultimate outdoor paradise. Perfect for barbecues, watch parties, and relaxing evenings. Locally owned and family operated by the Biondi family, we bring championship level craftsmanship and a personal touch to every project. Make your yard the one everyone talks about. Visit thepavercompany.com or call 916-222-8844 to schedule your consultation. Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality with the Paver Company. Ready to feel the freedom of the open road? Learn to ride at Harley-Davidson of Sacramento. Our Riding Academy is now open 7 days a week. Whether you're brand new to riding, getting back on the bike after some time away, or just want to sharpen your skills, we've got a course for you. You'll learn everything from mastering the controls to riding the curves with confidence. It's also the perfect gift for a new rider in your life. Sign up today and let us get you rolling. We'll even help you register for an upcoming class when we return to the line. Harley-Davidson of Sacramento, where your journey begins. Treats General Store in San Andreas, California, is a proud sponsor of Calaveras football and the Let's Talk Football with Coach Val podcast. Treats General Store has everything you need from groceries, meat, liquors, and hardware. Treats General Store since 1852. Experience the exhilaration of the open road with a Harley-Davidson test ride booking. We understand the unique thrill that only a Harley can deliver. We are dedicated to providing our fellow riding enthusiasts with an unparalleled test ride experience. Whether you are a seasoned rider or just starting out, our diverse range of iconic motorcycles is waiting for you to take them for a spin. Book your test ride today and feel the unmatched power, style, and legacy that is Harley-Davidson. All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark coming to you live from Big Valley Christian High School in Modesto as the visiting Calaveras varsity Red Hawk football team are on the field warming up. The home Big Valley team are near their tunnel. It's senior night for them, so they're kind of doing some introductions of the seniors. So there's been a delay in the kickoff time, which this game was scheduled to kick off at 7 p.m. We're now 7 minutes after that. And it looks like we're still about 5 more minutes away from kickoff. The Calaveras Red Hawks typically on the road wearing their visiting uniforms, and they're all white, so white pants, white jerseys, maroon helmets. And then the home Big Valley Christian Lions have blue and gold, so dark navy blue jerseys with gold numbers and gold pants. So blue and gold against the all white is what we're looking at. We talked a little bit about the offense. We talked about the defense. We talked about the special teams. The one thing we are still unaware of is if number 6, Cohen Curran, the starting quarterback for Calaveras, will be starting tonight or not. We don't know that for sure. We know he's suited up. We know he's out there warming up with the team. So it'll be interesting to see once this game gets started if he will play, and then not only if he will play, how long will he play for, knowing Linden's next week.
Yeah, I had a hard time believing that he's not going to start with, suited up and running warm-ups. Coach Mosa's not a man for happenstance, and just let's see what happens. He's got a plan. He's warming him up. He's getting him ready to go in the game. That's my prediction. And just to go back to the colors a little bit, that's a very dark navy or a midnight navy with a hint of Egyptian blue in it. But those are very dark colors.
I was waiting for you to throw something in there because at River Islands, what was it? It was like
a periwinkle.
Periwinkle.
Like a dark periwinkle.
So now this is Egyptian. Is that what
midnight,
it is?
Navy midnight with Egyptian cross, I would say.
Okay, all right. There's something about Coach Stark here in the color wheel that gets him going.
Yeah, I'm a deep thinker on colors, man.
And I saw with all whites, would you just call that a lack of color, or
I don't. You can't say
egg white, pearl white,
absence of color. You can't say that. And usually they're playing on a fake turf, or I call it AstroTurf or artificial turf. Today they have a real field. The field is painted in the traditional white stripes with the white hash marks, but it has the numbers painted in pink for remembrance of Breast Cancer Month and all cancers. Some of the players do have some pink on to represent, and think about those who are fighting, have fought, or lost their life to the horrible disease of cancer.
And I'm glad you brought up the field, Greg. I actually had the opportunity. I got here early, and I had the opportunity to walk the field. And the field is kind of almost cut thick. It's kind of a crabby kind of grass, almost like the old 70s shag carpet. It's kind of a thick feel to it.
It's the 70s Dodge carpet out there.
Yeah, it's definitely not cut thin or anything like that. And the other interesting part about this field, and in fact, I kind of really like it, not many football fields have a crown on it anymore. And for those of you home going, crown on a field, Coach, what are you talking about? It's when it's slightly curved. It's kind of like almost like a little bit of an oval shape. So it starts out really low on the sideline, raises up high towards the middle of the field, and then as you continue to the other sideline, heads back downhill. And so if you're in the middle of the field and you run outside, they actually become downhill runs. And I think that's where the old term comes from, is that, hey, run downhill, right? And so it's going to be interesting to see teams and what they play call when you're at a hash. If you run to the boundary side, you're going to be running downhill, and if you run to the field side, you're actually going to be running uphill. And so that'll be an interesting dynamic to see that crown field. Most of the time, the crown fields went away because that's a football-only type thing. Right. And when soccer became very popular, and they had to share fields, they started to flatten out fields for soccer so that both football and soccer could be played on it.
Soccer became popular?
It did. Believe it or not, it did.
Sticking with the field. So there's something to be said about that when we talk about, home field advantage. There's a reason for that. The Lions know, Big Valley knows how the ball bounces. They know where the part of the field is with the most divots. They know, generally almost everything about this field. They play on it, practice on it, fill in the blank. Calaveras doesn't. They play on an artificial turf field. The ball bounces differently. The cutting is differently. The cleat interactions with the terra firma of the ground is different. That might take a little bit of issue to get used to. We saw some teams come to Calaveras and lose their footing and fall. Is Calaveras? It's going to take a little bit of time to adjust to that because they just don't have that type of experience or play time on that type of field.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll especially for guys that are used to just running your ball carriers, right? That are used to be going like I said, for some plays, it's going to feel great. It's going to feel a little faster because you're kind of actually running downhill towards the sidelines. But if you're on one of the far hashes and you're trying to get to the wide side of the field, it'll feel like you're actually running up a hill, and you kind of are a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see the play calling as a result of that. I talked to Coach Mosa. And, he feels really strong about the offensive line and their ability to move people and get both 33 and 7 into the next level. And I'll tell you what, I would not be surprised if number 7, Enrique Hernandez, has himself a career night tonight on a type of old school field like this.
He should be very proud of that offensive line. Coach Anderson has them firing on all cylinders. The double team to the second level, the communication, even communication during mistakes. So you see some teams where somebody makes a mistake and, there's negative talk about, hey, quit screwing up or quit doing that. They're constantly, bringing each other up, slapping each other. Hey, let it, short-term memory, let it go and move on. And just, you can see the interaction, just a simple, pound on the shoulder pad as opposed to, what the hell are you doing? You get the arms out with the palms toward them. It's really a special offensive line right now, and they have shown throughout the games to really make a difference.
All right, so the Big Valley Christian Lion football team has finally taken to their sidelines. We're about a minute away from kickoff here. And it looks like they're getting ready for the national anthem. So we're going to step away. When we come back, we'll have kickoff. We'll be right back. Experience the exhilaration of the open road with a Harley-Davidson test ride booking. We understand the unique thrill that only a Harley can deliver. We are dedicated to providing our fellow riding enthusiasts with an unparalleled test ride experience. Whether you are a seasoned rider or just starting out, Our diverse range of iconic motorcycles is waiting for you to take them for a spin. Book your test ride today and feel the unmatched power, style, and legacy that is Harley-Davidson. Treats General Store in San Andreas, California is a proud sponsor of Calaveras football and the Let's Talk Football with Coach Val podcast. Treats General Store has everything you need from groceries, meat, liquors, and hardware. Treats General Store since 1852. MRM Stone has over 1,000 natural stone selections, fabrication services, and delivery available. Stop on by 2173 Highway 12 in Valley Springs or go to mrmstone.com. Give us a ring at 209-763-5761. MRM Stone, your masonry and landscape stone supplier. Attention football fans and backyard dreamers. Game day is better when your home turf is just as impressive as the one on the field. The Paver Company is here to turn your yard into the ultimate outdoor paradise. Perfect for barbecues, watch parties, and relaxing evenings. Locally owned and family operated by the Biondi family, we bring championship level craftsmanship and a personal touch to every project. Make your yard the one everyone talks about. Visit thepavercompany.com or call 916-222-8844 to schedule your consultation. Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality with the Paver Company. All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark coming to you live from Big Valley Christian High School. Captains have been called to the middle of the field for Calaveras. It's number 60, Wyatt Arias. Number 19, Devin Ellis. Number 32, Aaron Rivas. And number 11, Peyton Long.
And for Big Valley, it looks like it's Brady Hendricks. Number 6, number 32, Ezra Schubert. Number 75, Blake Nelson, and number 77, Alex Oliva.
Great. You look at 75 for Big Valley, Blake Nelson. There's no height or weight on him, but I take a look at him and I'm going, is it because he broke the machine trying to get on? That's a big kid right there.
A couple of the captains for Big Valley, their helmet comes up to his shoulder pad. He's 6'6" if he's 6'2".
Well, you look at Peyton Long. I mean, Peyton Long's over 6 foot, and he makes Peyton look pretty short. So that's a big kid.
Yeah, that's a really big kid out there.
We're going to have to see where Big Valley lines up Big 75 and the impact he's going to have on this football game.
Big Valley, big kid.
So just to forewarn all our loyal listeners out there, we're going to do the absolute best we can. Big Valley Christian new athletic director's got us on the visitors side of the stands here, and so we're kind of looking behind our normal view that we would normally see as they give official calls to the home side. We'll be seeing it from the back side. There's 5 rows in these bleachers, so we're not very high up, so our viewpoint
over 10 feet.
is not that good. So we'll do the absolute best we can to get you all of the pertinent info that you need. So looks like Calaveras is going to start off with the football here to start this football game. Once again, they're in their all-white uniforms. They're going to be moving from our right to left. The home team, Big Valley Christian Lions, in their all-blue uniforms. Kicking from our left to right. And there's the whistle. And here comes the kick, and there's a short little pooch kick. And very wisely, there should be a flag.
Yeah. Not only was that helmet-to-helmet contact, but he fair caught it and got pelted by number 13, Nathan Harvey.
Number 13, Owen Shahan for the Calaveras receiving team on that very short pooch kick, very wisely called for fair catch, which means that he's no longer allowed to be hit, and he was hit.
That was really good football IQ on that to realize that and call that.
But I don't believe they did call the penalty. Anyways, they're going to spot the ball at the Calaveras 45-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Calaveras. And I believe that's number 6, Cohen Curran in shotgun. He's looking to throw right off the bat. He's got some pressure, avoids the pressure, runs off to his left, throws the football, and it's going to be intercepted, I believe. Number 16.
Eli Wolf, it was not a very well thrown ball, and it was he was in better position than the Calaveras receiver. Not a great way to start the game, but when number 13 tackles number 13, you can expect just about anything during Halloween.
So question number 1 answered. Number 6, Cohen Curran, did start the football game. He was in shotgun in play 1, and he avoided the rush, rolled off to his left, and throws an interception. So Big Valley now has the ball on their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10, moving from our left to right. Quarterback Lima in shotgun. He's going to hand off to a running back off to the right side, who's got some room. That's number 15, I believe. Number 15, Jeremy Jordan, with the nice little run, probably about 8 or 9 yards. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, he's one of their seniors, one of their leaders of the team, and one of their highest producers. That's that T offense where it's, off tackle all night long.
It's actually enough for a first down, so a big 10-yard pickup right off the bat in the first down. They'll spot the ball at the Big Valley 46-yard line, where it's 1st and 10, Big Valley. Number 3, Lima, the quarterback, that's Travis Lima. He's going to line up in shotgun. He's got 2 running backs, one to each side. And there's some movement up on the front line. I believe that was number 60, Wyatt Arias.
Yeah, just a little bit too eager to get in there. That could be from watching film of him snap counting, because he's been in that, like you said, the backfield all day long.
Yeah, so it's offsides. That's going to move Big Valley up 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 5. And they'll spot the ball right about the Calaveras 49-yard line. And it's funny, I interviewed Arias on the podcast earlier this week, and he said one of the things he's got to work on is his jumping. He jumps and tries to, jump on that count. That's why he's in the backfield so often.
Work some more, bud.
Yeah. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. Split backs next to him. Takes a snap. Direct snap to one of the backs. And nice defensive play there. 33 Paulson and 60 Wyatt Arias combined on the play. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 5.
Looks like they might have lost a yard. He got a yard of his 4. He owes us 4 more yards still.
Yeah. Well, that and it's just it just kind of comes with the territory, right? It's like I'm living in the backfield, and all of a sudden they get you every so often, and they jump on one. So it happens. So 2nd down. Big Valley moving from our left to right. Nice defensive play this last place by Calaveras. Lima in shotgun again. Takes a snap, hands off. That's number 11 off left tackle. Cuts back up the middle. He's still on his feet. Breaks another tackle, and is finally going to get brought down near the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it.
I think he got it.
He did.
Yeah, Big Valley's their line is getting off the ball. Looks like number 51, Jonathan Check out there, 6 foot, 235. Really got a good jump on that, and got a good block to wall off some of the linemen on that, and gave the running back a good lane to run.
So number 11, D'Angelo Martinez, picks up the first down. Lima once again in shotgun, takes a snap, hands off to number 15, who comes off right tackle, breaks another tackle, and another little gain of about 5 yards. 2nd down coming up, and Calaveras defense needs to figure out what's going on here and figure it out quick.
Yeah, Big Valley's coming out trying to make a point. They're getting off the ball, getting in their blocks, and making good running lanes, and their running backs picking them right.
Coming down on 10 minutes and 11 seconds here in the opening quarter. No score in the game. Calaveras got the ball first, threw with an interception on their very first play, and now Big Valley on their opening possession has got 2 first downs in a row, and they've got about a 2nd and 4 coming up. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. Takes a snap, hands off again to number 15, Martinez. Tries to cut all the way to the outside. This time, Calaveras strings it all the way out. He might pick up a couple of yards. It'll be close to the marker. We'll see where they spot it. And he does have enough for another Big Valley first down.
And that was an impressive run. He had Calaveras in the backfield chasing him down the whole way, and he was able to find that line and make it up and get some nice positive yards on the play.
So this drive so far, number 11, D'Angelo Martinez, and number 15, Jeremy Jordan, both combining on switching carries on handoffs from Lima and carrying this team for their 3rd first down in a row. They'll spot the ball at the Calaveras 34-yard line, where it's 1st and 10, Big Valley.
Yeah, Big Valley's got a lot of beef on that line, and they're certainly imposing their will right now.
Lima in shotgun. Split backs next to him, wide receiver to his left.
Yeah,
he fakes, and
looks like number 75 moved a little bit. Calaveras showed blitz. Looks like that guard took off just a little bit too soon.
False start on Big Valley. And tough to. I'm not used to seeing it from the backside way of the call, but I think that was a false start.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't make too many predictions, but that was a pretty blatant call, or a pretty blatant action.
So they'll move the ball back 5 yards. They'll spot it at the Calaveras 39-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 15, Big Valley. Lima's got his offense headed to the line of scrimmage. Once again, he's in shotgun with those split backs right next to him. Wide receiver split out to his right.
Oh.
And it looks like there's some movement. Let's see what the official call is.
Number 55 looked like he took off a little too soon. Lucas Picano. Again, Calaveras showing that blitz at the last second, coming up to the line and stopping abruptly.
Well, the officials want to talk about it here because we had movement on both sides. It's just who did what. And it's going to be false start on the offense.
Always, well, I shouldn't say always. Generally, offense, if it's a tie goes to the defense on that generally. But yeah, that second time in a row when the Calaveras blitzer came up and caused them to lose focus, them being Big Valley to lose focus. And
so they'll spot the ball at the Calaveras 36-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 20. And where Big Valley had been moving the football effectively for 3 straight first downs, suddenly a couple of penalties have got to move back and maybe stall this drive. Let's see. This might help the Calaveras defense. Lima's got his offense back to the line of scrimmage. Once again, he's in shotgun. Split backs next to him. Split receiver to his left. He's going to fake the handoff, throw to the receiver up the middle. It's complete. But he's going to get tackled right away. It might be a gain of 4 or 5 yards. They'll spot it right about the 40-yard line. Where it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, good job covering up. Good job in covering up and getting that tackle to prevent any further gain. Nice little short pass. Again, keep Calaveras guessing. It's not just running. They're going to throw some passes in there.
They'll spot the ball at the Calaveras 40-yard line. Looks to be about 2nd and 17 or 18. 2nd and long. Lima, the Big Valley quarterback, once again in shotgun with those split running backs next to him. Split receiver to his left. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off. That's number 15, who cuts back into the middle, cuts back up to the right. And number 15, Jeremy Jordan, has shown to be a very strong runner on this opening drive for Big Valley. He'll pick up about 9 or 10 yards where it's going to be about 3rd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, he's been picking up runs and bunches, just chunking those yards away and getting pretty good yardage at that. And that Calaveras front defense is haven't had any answers.
So Coach Clark wants to talk to that defense, and so we got a timeout, Calaveras, with 8:32 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this. Ready to feel the freedom of the open road? Learn to ride at Harley-Davidson of Sacramento. Our Riding Academy is now open 7 days a week. Whether you're brand new to riding, getting back on the bike after some time away, or just want to sharpen your skills, we've got a course for you. You'll learn everything from mastering the controls to riding the curves with confidence. It's also the perfect gift for a new rider in your life. Sign up today and let us get you rolling. We'll even help you register for an upcoming class when we return to the line. Harley-Davidson of Sacramento, where your journey begins. All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark coming to you live from Big Valley Christian High School. No score with 8:32 remaining in the first quarter. The ball is spotted at the Calaveras 31-yard line, where it looks to be about 3rd and 7 for Big Valley Christian. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. Split backs next to him. He's got a split receiver off to his right. They're on the right hash. He takes a snap. He hands off to number 11 towards the field side. He's got some room on the open side. Gets tackled after a gain of maybe 4 or 5 yards. Let's see where they spot it. I think we're going to see 4th down coming up.
If I'm Big Valley, I'm going for it. They haven't been able to stop only maybe one run that was a yard or less.
That was number 11, D'Angelo Martinez, and he's going to come up short. And it's been 11 and 15 on this drive, and it looks to be about 4th and 3, maybe 3.5 yards. And Lima's got his offense, and they remain on the field, and they look like they are going for this.
Yeah, there's
big 4th down play coming up.
Yeah, no reason not to at this point in the game. 0-0, you're trying to make a point. You've been running the ball and getting 5 to 10 yards at a chunk.
7:47 and counting here in the opening quarter. No score. Lima in shotgun. And looks like he was trying to get the defense to take a hard count and then decides to call a timeout. So we'll be right back. Treats General Store in San Andreas, California is a proud sponsor of Calaveras football and the Let's Talk Football with Coach Val podcast. Treats General Store has everything you need from groceries, meat, liquors, and hardware. Treats General Store since 1852. All right, welcome back. Gil Valtierra, Greg Stark, coming to you live from Big Valley Christian High School. 7:38 remaining in the first quarter in a 0-0 ball game. Big Valley called a timeout. They tried to get Calaveras to jump. They wouldn't. They called a timeout, but they keep their offense on the field, Greg, here. So a big 4th and 4 coming up. Lima's got his offense on the line of scrimmage. He's in shotgun. Big 4th down play coming up. There's the snap. Hands it off. Off to the right. He's going to get tackled. That's not going to be enough.
Number 5.
Number 5, Colton Ray came flying in to make the stop. He did not make the line of gain. Turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Calaveras.
Going back to that pre-timeout call, that was a great move to get Calaveras to jump. They've already shown they're going to jump. They know they have to get a good jump off the ball to stop 4th down. That was good. That was a good call.
Yeah, I like it. And then they came back, still went for it. So 1st and 10, Calaveras. Cohen Curran back out there now. This time he's under center. He's got eye backs. He's going to pitch it to number 7, Enrique Hernandez, who tries his left side and picks up a nice gain of about 6 or 7 yards. Number 7, Enrique Hernandez on the toss from Cohen Curran.
Yeah, more of a traditional Calaveras run to start the game as opposed to a drop back.
Yeah, Cohen Curran, the starting quarterback, was under center that time with eye backs behind him. And this time it looks like they're going to be in double slot with a single back. That's Paulson behind him. Curran under center puts Ryan Clifton in motion, and we got some movement. There's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And it's going to be a false start on the offense. They had Ryan Clifton in motion. There was a good chance they were going to try to get him the football, but somebody moved prior to the snap. That's going to move the ball back 5 yards, back close to the original line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 coming up as we come down on 6:53 remaining in the opening quarter. Still no score. Curran, the quarterback, got the Calaveras offense up to the line of scrimmage. Paulson, the lone back behind him. He puts Enrique in motion. Hands off to Enrique. Fake play. Paulson on the counter trap. Breaks a tackle, and that's going to be more than enough for a Calaveras 1st down.
Yeah, rumbling, stumbling, pounding. Paulson came out and didn't have anybody contact him for at least 15 yards. Number 11 came over. D'Angelo Martinez got a nice leg calf tackle to bring him down, and that's part of Calaveras' offense. That deceptive, trickery, motion, counter plays.
Nice play fake. It looked like they were going to give Enrique the sweep. Instead, they went counter trap to Paulson, who broke off the nice run. They spot the ball at the Calaveras 49-yard line, 1st and 10. They put the motion this time to this. They give it to number 7, Enrique, who breaks off right tackle, and he's going to pick up a nice 5 or 6 yards on a 1st down play. And that was number 7, Enrique Hernandez. They put Ryan Clifton in that rocket motion like they're going to toss him, and then gave the 7 underneath.
That play before to Paulson coming out, that counter fake is so important to make sure that the defense has to respect all the runners coming from the backside to make sure that nobody has the ball other than the one person they're going to tackle. And that half a second is just enough to get some of them to get out of position.
Curran snaps the ball. He tosses to Enrique off the left tackle. Enrique breaks a couple of tackles and maybe picks up a yard. Nice little defense there by the Big Valley Lion defense. It's going to be about 3rd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, Brady Hendrick was there at the end of the tip play to get a nice tackle for minimal gain. Looks like there was a missed blocking assignment up front because the Big Valley was in quite fast. Looks like it might have been number 55 coming through. Almost unblocked to disrupt the play, Lucas.
So they'll spot the ball at the Big Valley 44-yard line where it's 3rd and 3. Curran's got the Calaveras offense in the line of scrimmage. He'll go under center, split backs behind him. He's going to put 19 in motion. He hands off to Enrique up off right tackle, and he breaks the tackle, still on his feet. And a nice little run by number 7, Enrique Hernandez. Plenty for a Calaveras first down.
3 or 4 contacts before he got brought down to the ground. That was a very hard run, very punishing run by Enrique.
Coming down on 5 minutes here in the opening quarter, still no score. They spot the ball at the Big Valley 34, 35-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Calaveras and Big Valley having a hard time stopping these big running backs like we talked about in the pregame, Greg. Here goes Curran under center. Paulson, the single back behind him. Going to put a man in motion. He's going to hand off to Paulson right up the middle. Nice little tackle. He'll gain a couple of yards. And a good tackle by the linebacker by Big Valley over there to be able to take Big 33 down like that by himself. You don't see that too often.
No, there's initial contact and then 2 other Big Valley right there after it. You know, Calaveras has a smaller line, bigger backs, with Big Valley has a bigger line and smaller backs. So it's kind of a, you know, opposing concepts of running right now.
So he just got back to the original line of scrimmage where it's 2nd and 6, 4:23 remaining in the opening quarter. Curran gets the Calaveras offense to the line of scrimmage, split backs behind him, puts a man in motion. That's number 19. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Paulson off left tackle. And again, Paulson gets stopped after a gain of about 2, couple of yards there. It's going to be 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, number 15, Jeremiah Jordan and friends were there to meet him. 2 people on the tackle right there. So they've watched some film and they've seen, you know, Calaveras' blocking schemes, and on top of that, Calaveras isn't doing a really good job with staying on their blocks.
Coming down on 3:45 remaining in the opening quarter. Still no score. 3rd and about 2.5 at the Big Valley 30-yard line. Curran under center. Split backs behind him. Takes the snap. He hands off to Paulson again. And it's going to be close. He gets right to the line of scrimmage, depending on where the spot is. Let's see.
They gave it to him.
And it's enough for a Calaveras first down. Number 33, Cody Paulson, off the right edge. Lower to shoulder. And at 250 pounds, he'll get you the 2 yards you need.
Yeah, that momentum kept him going just enough to get past that first down marker.
They'll spot the ball at the Big Valley 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Calaveras. Curran under center. Paulson, the lone back behind him. He's got split receivers to his right. He puts one in motion, takes the snap. He's going to hand off to that split guy.
He's got it.
Number 19. Devin Ellis. There is a flag on the field, however.
That's unfortunate.
Number 19, Devin Ellis on the nice sweep play. Let's see what the flag is. Holding on the offense. That's going to negate the play.
That just minus the penalty. That's the change of pace that you can bring when you have the pounding runners and then you have the speedster, you know, coming around the outside like that.
So number 19, Devin Ellis on the nice sweep gets to the end zone, but it gets called back. 2:56 remaining in the opening quarter. Still no score.
Right now, Calaveras its own worst enemy with the penalties. There's the penalty monster's kind of coming back a little bit. Need to close that closet door.
They'll spot the ball at the Big Valley 33-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 20, Calaveras. Curran under center, puts Enrique in motion. He's going to hand off to that trap again with number 33, and Big Valley's not fooled. He's tackled by about 4 blue jerseys there. He might have got a yard, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, that trap play didn't work. The lineman did not make his block. When they vacate, there was just too much time before he got there to get on that block.
2:21 remaining in the opening quarter. 2nd and about 16. Curran once again under center. Single back, number 33, Paulson behind him. He's got slot receivers to his right. Puts Enrique in motion. Hands off. He fakes to Enrique. He's going to throw it deep. He's got his man. It's complete. Close to the 1 yard line. He was almost in. He got down to the 1 yard line.
Can't really read the number from there, but that was a great throw.
Nice throw by Curran.
A little bit of adjustment at the end by the receiver. That was a really good executed play. number 11, the long.
That is Peyton Long, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good quarterback-to-quarterback throw. What do you think? 33 up the middle?
First and goal at the Big Valley 1-yard line. Curran under center, puts a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off. Touchdown, nice. Calaveras!
Looked like Devin. Was that Devin Ellis? I couldn't tell.
Number 19, Devin Ellis.
Coach Mosa bringing it back to him, giving it back to him. He had one score taken from him, and he made sure he got the second one, kind of like they did with Quincy when he ran it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and Coach made sure he got it to get in.
All right, here's a kick after, and it's no good. No good. So with 1:31 remaining here in the opening quarter, Calaveras strikes first and has the lead 6-0. We'll be right back after this.
Ready to feel the freedom of the open road? Learn to ride at Harley-Davidson of Sacramento. Our Riding Academy is now open 7 days a week. Whether you're brand new to riding, getting back on the bike after some time away, or just want to sharpen your skills, we've got a course for you. You'll learn everything from mastering the controls to riding the curves with confidence. It's also the perfect gift for a new rider in your life. Sign up today and let us get you rolling. We'll even help you register for an upcoming class when we return to the line. Harley-Davidson of Sacramento, where your journey begins.
Let's go! Welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark coming to you live from Big Valley Christian High School, where the visiting Calaveras Red Hawk football team has just started the scoring with a touchdown. They have the lead 6-0 with 1:31 remaining in the opening quarter. There's the kickoff. I believe that's number 6 from Big Valley. He's going to take off to his left. He's breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet, and he's finally going to get brought down right about midfield. Let's see where they spot it. But once again, that kickoff team is having trouble in their coverage, and that's Big Valley's going to start off in great field position to start their next drive. They'll spot it at the Big Valley 46-yard line, roughly.
It looks like number 88 for Calaveras made a touchdown saving tackle and getting him out of bounds. Again, Calaveras with the special team troubles.
So Big Valley from their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. And let's see if they go back to that run game with 11 and 15 running the football as they did on that opening drive. The penalties is what killed that drive. And let's see what Lima's got going. Lima's in shotgun, this time a single back behind there, not two, and he's got slot receivers off to his left. Puts one of those slot receivers in motion, takes a snap, hands off to his left side, and he's going to get brought down after a gain of a couple of yards. A nice defense there by Calaveras. But here comes a flag late after the play. Let's see what the call is.
That's an interesting time to throw a flag from the back judge. Helmet-to-helmet contact on Calaveras.
Yep, it's going to be on the defense. I believe that may be a 15-yarder.
It should be. That's unfortunate. That's a huge chunk of ground for Calaveras to give up on a penalty. And so automatic first down and 15 yards, and now you're in Calaveras territory.
Yeah, they'll spot the ball at the Calaveras 39-yard line, and so it's going to be a 1st and 10 after the 15-yard penalty coming down on 1:07 remaining in the opening quarter. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. Takes a snap, hands off to number 11 off the left tackle. This time he's got more white jerseys over there, and he'll lose a few yards on the play. Number 11, D'Angelo Martinez, had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, Calaveras played that outside sweep very well, and they kept that defensive end, did a very good job to cut off that outside angle.
2nd and about 14.
The minor adjustments of, defensive calls and, stunts and whatnot can make all the difference in the world.
They spot the ball at the Calaveras 42-yard line. We're coming down on 24 seconds remaining. Not sure if Big Valley's going to try to get a playoff here before the quarter ends. They do approach the line of scrimmage. 17 seconds left. Lima and shotgun, 13 seconds. Takes a snap, hands off. That's number 15 off right tackle. Nice little block. He'll get stopped. A nice defense there by the Calaveras defense. They'll gain a couple of yards, maybe back near the original line of scrimmage, where it's going to be 3rd and 10 when we come back. That's the last play of the first quarter here at Big Valley Christian High School, where the score is Calaveras 6, Big Valley 0. We'll be right back.
Attention football fans and backyard dreamers. Game day is better when your home turf is just as impressive as the one on the field. The Paver Company is here to turn your yard into the ultimate outdoor paradise. Perfect for barbecues, watch parties, and relaxing evenings. Locally owned and family operated by the Biondi family, we bring championship level craftsmanship and a personal touch to every project. Make your yard the one everyone talks about. Visit thepavercompany.com or call 916-222-8844 to schedule your consultation. Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality with the Paver Company.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark coming to you from Big Valley Christian High School, getting ready to start the second quarter action. Calaveras has the lead, 6-0. Big Valley will have the football, third and about 10.
You're right. He did get just back to the line of scrimmage on that last play.
They'll spot the ball. It looks like started right about the 30, 39, 38-yard line of Calaveras. So 3rd and 10. Big Valley has the football. They break the huddle. They approach the line of scrimmage. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. He's got those split backs next to him in the shotgun, a split receiver off to his left. Takes a snap, hands off to number 15 off right tackle, who cuts back up the middle. And again, nice stop and good defense. Lots of white jerseys there to make the tackle. Pickup of a couple of yards. It's going to be 4th and about 9.
Yeah, that defensive line of Calaveras didn't get pushed back, and you could tell Devin tried to stutter step a little bit to make things or give some time to develop a hole, and it didn't happen, and Calaveras was able to make a very, very good stop on 4th down.
After that last series in the first quarter, and Coach Clark, the defensive coordinator for Calaveras, called timeout, these white jerseys are flying around a little bit more than they did before.
The original plan went out the window. This is what we're doing now, boys.
So 4th and 9. Big Valley Christian's offense remains on the field. Lima and shotgun. He's got slot receivers way out to his left. Takes a snap. He's looking to throw. He throws off to his left out into the flat. That's number 11.
Nice
and he's going to get tackled.
Nice tackle.
Number 22, Ryan Clifton, makes the stop. He's not going to have enough for the line of gain. Turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Calaveras.
Enrique Hernandez was barreling down on the quarterback. Quarterback made a very good throw. Clifton, the receiver, very good catch, and Clifton, an even better tackle to stop him for a further yard of gain. That was great.
It was a nice play call offensively because
the
slot receivers cleared their guys out. Mm-hmm. They dump it out into the flat, hoping to one of their good running backs, hoping he can make a play in the open field. But just a great open field tackle by Ryan Clifton.
Yeah, that was a very good tackle.
1st and 10, Calaveras. They're now moving from our left to right here in the second quarter. Curran under center. He's going to take the snap, hands it off to Paulson, who's got some running room up the middle. He'll pick up 8, maybe 9 yards right on 1st down on a nice strong run up the middle.
Yeah, pound for pound, Paulson taking on 2 tacklers at the end of the run. That was you lower your shoulder and see what happens, and nice yards.
2nd and about 3 from the Calaveras 39-yard line. Curran gets the play from Coach Mosa. Here comes Calaveras offense. Curran's going to go under center. He's going to have split running backs behind him. That's Enrique Hernandez and Paulson. Puts a man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off. I believe that's number 7. No, they faked it. Great fake. They had Paulson up the middle. He only gets a couple of yards, but he'll be close to the line of gain. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, Big Valley stuffed those inside slots, or gaps, if you'll call it, and Calaveras really didn't get any yard of gain on that.
They'll spot it at the 41-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. It was a nice play fake. I thought 7 had the ball, but they gave it to 33 instead. So they've got some good play fakes coming underneath. Curran takes a snap, hands off to Enrique, who's got some running room. Cuts off to his right, breaks a tackle, and gets it just across the 50-yard line to about the Big Valley 48-yard line. First down, Calaveras.
And number 13, Nathan Harvey, a junior for Big Valley, came in and got Enrique around his legs and prevented a long gain. There was a lot of real estate out in front of him if he didn't make that catch, or excuse me, make that tackle.
Nice little power O run there, pull the guard. Let that big 235-pound back get up the middle and follow that block. Curran under center, split backs behind him. It's 1st and 10, Calaveras. Puts a man in motion. That's Ellis. He takes a snap. He hands off to Enrique off left tackle, and he'll still pick up about 5 or 6 yards off that left tackle spot on a nice first down play. Looks like about 6 yards, second and about 4 coming up.
Very manageable, 4 yards after second down. You know, Calaveras, the front line, with some minor errors, is really starting to fire off and get engaged and stay engaged on those blocks. Some of those Big Valley are a little bit hard to handle with their long wingspan and weight differential.
So 8:54 here in the second quarter. Calaveras has the lead 6-0. They have the ball, 2nd and 4. And it looks like we got a timeout, Calaveras on the field. We'll be right back after this.
Ready to feel the freedom of the open road? Learn to ride at Harley-Davidson of Sacramento. Our Riding Academy is now open 7 days a week. Whether you're brand new to riding, getting back on the bike after some time away, or just want to sharpen your skills, we've got a course for you. You'll learn everything from mastering the controls to riding the curves with confidence. It's also the perfect gift for a new rider in your life. Sign up today and let us get you rolling. We'll even help you register for an upcoming class when we return to the line. Harley-Davidson of Sacramento, where your journey begins.
Welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark coming to you from Big Valley Christian High School, where there's 8:46 remaining in the second quarter, and Calaveras has the lead 6-0. It's second and about 5 yards on the Big Valley 43-yard line. Curran is under center. He's going to he fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw. He's going deep, and he just misses Peyton Long, just overthrew him, incomplete. And so we'll have about 3rd and 5 coming up. It was a nice little fake underneath out of that I formation, play action, and just couldn't connect with this receiver.
Yeah, it's almost better that he overthrew him on that. There was three defenders right around Long, and that was really a recipe for a well-thrown ball to be intercepted.
So 3rd and 5 from the Big Valley 43-yard line. Calaveras has the lead 6-0, 8:40 remaining in the second quarter. Curran under center, puts Ryan Clifton in motion, hands it off to Ryan Clifton off left tackle, cuts back up the middle, and he'll pick up 1, maybe 2 yards. Not much there. Good defense by the Big Valley. They'll spot it about the Big Valley 40-yard line, where it's going to be 4th and about maybe 3.
So this position on the field, you're probably not going to punt it. You're going to bet that you're going to get 2 or 3 yards out of this. Really not. It's kind of that limbo period. Too far for a field goal, and hey, thanks. Too far for a field goal, and short, not long enough for a punt.
So Coach Mosa keeps the Calaveras offense on the field. 4th and about 2 from the Big Valley 40-yard line. Big 4th down play coming up. Curran under center, split backs behind him. Takes the center, hands it off to Enrique Hernandez, who breaks a tackle, cuts outside, the 30. Still on his feet, and finally gets brought down about the 20-yard line, gain of about 20 yards. First down, Calaveras.
Yeah, well-executed play. You only needed 2 yards. You got a chunk. Number 5 from Big Valley tracked Enrique, who was a speedster, down.
That's hard to do.
It was hard to do, and waited for his friends to get there and made a good tackle, a touchdown-saving tackle. And sorry for the background noise. We're at a 5-lane highway here in Modesto. Thank you, Athletic Director for Big Valley. So if there's any background noise, send him the email.
So 1st and 10, Calaveras. They'll spot the ball just outside the Big Valley 20-yard line. Curran under center, takes a snap, hands off to Enrique again. And he got stopped in the backfield, but just the extra effort, I think, still got a couple of yards out of it and positive. So it'll be about 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, big bad Brady upside down 9, number 6. Hendricks was able to foil that play, push through the Calaveras offensive lineman, and at 6'3", 245. Before his cheeseburger today, he's much heavier than that. He's going to be a load to handle all night.
So 2nd and 8 from the Big Valley 20-yard line, 6:43 in the second quarter. Curran, the quarterback, under center, split backs behind him. He's got Colton Ray out there at the slot spot, sends him back the other way. He likes him better to the left.
Who wouldn't?
Curran under center, puts Colton Ray in motion, takes a snap. He's going to hand off to 33. That's Paulson.
Oh.
And, he slipped. Yep. Slipped and fell. He might have got back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. It's going to be about 3rd down coming up.
That's what we talked about a little bit at the beginning of the show, the unfamiliarity of the ability to cut, or how hard you can cut on this unfamiliar surface.
On the shag carpeting.
On the 1979 Dodge panel wagon.
So 3rd and about 7 from the Big Valley 19-yard line, coming down on 5:55 remaining in the second quarter. Calaveras has the lead, 6-0. They're trying to add to that lead here. Curran under center, single back Paulson behind him, puts Enrique in motion, fakes it, gives off to Paulson on the counter trap, makes a man miss, goes, and I believe it'll be very close to the first down. Let's see where they spot it.
Yep.
It's a first down, Calaveras. Number 33, Cody Paulson on the counter trap.
Very good fake. He had the defense going one way. That was a very good fake by Cohen. I think that option for the 79 panel wagon was 42F.
So they faked the number 7, Enrique, on the sweep, and then come back underneath in the opposite direction to 33, Cody Paulson. He picks up the 7 yards needed for the first down. So first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Curran under center, split backs behind him, takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Enrique, who's still staying on his feet, breaks a tackle. It's going to get very close to the goal line. They may spot it at the 1.
I don't think you can get much closer.
Enrique Hernandez had a guy at his ankles, and he just drug him for a couple of yards, and then he finally fell near the goal line, where it'll be 2nd down and maybe a half a yard. .444, and the clock continues to move. 6-0 lead. Calaveras knocking on the door. Curran under center. Split backs behind him. Puts a man in motion. Takes a snap. Hands off to Enrique off the right side.
Nice. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Calaveras. Number 7, Enrique Hernandez off the right edge. It sneaks into the end zone from a yard out with 4:26 remaining in the second quarter.
Calaveras offensive line absolutely crushed that right side to give him a nice lane to run into. They did a very good job of getting off the ball and into their blocks. And Calaveras faithful here with their cowbells, celebrating with the traditional cowbell and yell for them.
They missed the kick on the last one, so they may go for 2 here.
Why not?
To try to make up for that. Let's see. It looks like the offense is still on the field.
Better than missing another one.
Curran under center, split backs behind, and puts a man in motion. He's going to hand off to number 7 again, who just barrels over a would-be tackler.
He's in.
And he's good. So the 2-point conversion is good. And with 4:26 remaining in the half, Calaveras has the lead, 14-0. We'll be right back.
MRM Stone has over 1,000 natural stone selections, fabrication services, and delivery available. Stop on by 2173 Highway 12 in Valley Springs or go to mrmstone.com. Give us a ring at 209-763-5761. MRM Stone, your masonry and landscape stone supplier.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark. We are at Big Valley Christian High School, where the Calaveras Redhawks have just scored again. They have the lead 14-0 with 4:26 remaining in the second quarter. And, Greg, we went from that opening drive with Cohen Curran and shotgun looking to throw the ball, and then now we're back to number 7 pounding the football, Enrique Hernandez, and depending on that power running football that they traditionally do.
Times of need, go with what you know.
So kick the ball, a little squib kick, and Big Valley is just going to down it right about their own 39-yard line. It was a little squib kick. They didn't want any big returns,
Again.
and they wisely just kind of pooched it. Big Valley grabbed it. They'll have 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line with 4:24 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, coaching and playing football is, a lot of adjustments on the fly. You come in, the first casualty of war is always the plan. Same thing with the football game. The thing you have to do is think on your feet and be able to audible and change. And it looks like Calaveras made some changes that are working in their favor right now.
Well, you can't go wrong to pound the football with 7-33, and that's shown to be the truth all season long. So here goes Big Valley back on offense. They're moving from our right to left. Lima in shotgun. He takes a snap. He's going to pitch it off to his right to number 11, who cuts off to his right and is finally going to get brought down by number 33, Paulson, and a few other Red Hawk defenders. But a nice little gain on first down of about 6 or 7 yards. Looks like 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, he wasn't going down easy. It took a flock of Hawks to get him down. And, again, Big Valley not shy to run the ball and continue to stay with their game plan.
Yeah, number 11, D'Angelo Martinez on the strong run. 2nd and 4 from their own 45-yard line. Lima once again in shotgun. Got some shifting going around here. Looks like a strong receivers to his right. Takes a snap. He's going to pitch it off to his right again. Same play. And this time it's well defended. A gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and very short to the line of gain. 3rd and about 1. And that's an interesting play to Greg. They grab multiple receivers who are on the left, move them all over to the right, and then he pitches it to the one running back to his right. So he's got all those extra blockers there. And number 11's been taking advantage of it in these first 2 plays.
Well, that's what you want. You want numbers where you attack.
3rd and 1 from their own 48-yard line. Lima again in shotgun. Once again, he's got that shift going. I'm guessing this is going to be a run to his left. Same play to the other way, and it's going to be counter. Number 32 goes back the other way, and he's still on his feet, and he's going decent speed, and he's finally going to get pushed out of bounds about the Calaveras 35-yard line, and the play looked identical to the first 2 plays they ran, and then it just ran counter to the other side. Nice little play call by Big Valley Christian coming down on 2:52 remaining in the opening half.
Yeah, counters are very tricky. Like you said, you've seen the same thing 3 or 4 times now, and you're expecting it. With that counter, you have to play your position, and you have to be disciplined.
1st and 10, Big Valley from the Calaveras 35-yard line. Lima again in shotgun. He's got that heavy look to his right. He's going to pitch it to he's going to keep it himself and run the football. And he'll get maybe a yard or 2.
So Big Valley found something with this last-second
Shifting
of personnel and play and personnel package, I should say. When you have a running quarterback, you can leave that other running back as another additional blocker on that heavy side, or even on the counter side. You have another blocker for you instead of just a quarterback handing the ball off, and now he's just a useless player at that point.
So 2nd and about 7. Ball's about the Calaveras 34-yard line, coming down on 150 remaining in the opening half.
Timeout.
And it's going to be a timeout, Calaveras. Coach Clark wants to talk to this defense. We'll be right back after this.
Attention football fans and backyard dreamers. Game day is better when your home turf is just as impressive as the one on the field. The Paver Company is here to turn your yard into the ultimate outdoor paradise. Perfect for barbecues, watch parties, and relaxing evenings. Locally owned and family operated by the Biondi family, we bring championship level craftsmanship and a personal touch to every project. Make your yard the one everyone talks about. Visit thepavercompany.com or call 916-222-8844 to schedule your consultation. Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality with the Paver Company.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark. We're at Big Valley Christian High School, where there's 1:47 remaining in the opening half of football. Calaveras has the lead, 14-0. It's 2nd and 7 at the Calaveras 32-yard line. Big Valley has up on the line of scrimmage. Lima, their quarterback, in shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to number 15 off right tackle, who cuts back up the middle and then is going to get brought down after a gain of just a couple of yards. Nice defense. A lot of white jerseys over there.
A lot of white jerseys. Very difficult to see from this angle, about 6 feet over 10, just over the bleacher mark. Again, thank you, Big Valley.
Third and 5 from the Calaveras 30-yard line, and the clock's moving, 1:19 and moving. And at some point, Big Valley, you would think.
They're not hurrying.
They're not hurrying up at all.
Yeah,
They're going to use their timeouts, and they just keep running the football. At some point, you're going to put this thing in the air or do something to try to get a score here before the half ends.
I got to believe one of the coaches is looking at the clock.
Coming down on 1 minute. 1 minute left, 3rd and 5. Lima in shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off the 15 again, off right tackle again. And once again, nice defensive play on that left edge of the Calaveras defense. It's going to be about 4th and 4 with 42 seconds, and the clock continues to move.
That's an interesting tactic. I'm not sure how it's going to work out for them, but it doesn't look like it's going to be very well to get the play.
I don't like – I'll just say it straight out. I hate this clock management. I don't understand it, not one bit.
I'm not sure why you're calling it management. There's no.
So 4th and 4, now 20 seconds left. They look to be going for it. Lima in shotgun. Split receivers out to each side.
They may get it off.
Takes a snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to take off running with it. Still on his feet. Breaks off to his left. Then he's Colton Ray's going to finally bring him down near the 15-yard line. But I believe that's the half.
That's it. You would probably want,
He got the first down. They spot the ball.
The clock went out.
And I'm waiting for the official call here. So they get.
I guess you don't have to manage the clock when you're at home.
I guess that's yeah. So they're going to put
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah. The time was out while he was running. He was running with the football, and the clock was 0.
I guess I'm just befuddled at this point. I don't understand. So we have we're going to stay right here, folks. Big Valley was awarded a timeout, was awarded a first down. They spot the ball, I believe, right around the Calaveras 14 or 15-yard line.
Can you call a timeout while they're still running?
Again, I'm befuddled and perplexed by what's been happening here in these last few seconds. But apparently, it looked as if the clock had run out and the half had ended.
Not apparently.
But the referees have given Big Valley another play. It's 1st and 10 at the Calaveras 14-yard line with the 2 seconds left. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun, puts a man in motion, takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He's got pressure, throws the ball deep. And there's a flag on the play.
So if the time runs out, you get pass interference.
Let's see what the call is.
Put 5 more seconds back on the clock.
Oh yeah, he took him out.
No, I believe it'll be an untimed down. You can't end a half on a defensive penalty, but let's wait for the White Hats call. Lima was under pressure. He threw the ball deep into the right end zone.
It almost looked like a designed run for him.
There was a Calaveras defender there that defended the play. There was flags on the play. And so it is a pass interference on Calaveras. There's no time on the clock, and Big Valley once again is going to is being awarded another timeout. And I believe they're going to be able to run one more untimed down here.
So this is why you don't have to do clock management.
That answers that question for you.
Let me write that down when I get home tonight in my diary. Dear diary, new clock management technique.
So it looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 7-yard line. With the 15-yard penalty, it's a half a distance to the goal, so they'll spot it at the 7. There's no time left on the clock, so this is going to be an untimed down. And it's first down, but at this point, the downs are meaningless.
I guess you have to keep it interesting for the ratings.
One play to end the half here.
again.
Big Valley with no time on the clock at the Calaveras 7-yard line. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. He's got receivers slotted to his left and right. He's looking to throw. He does throw, and it's going to be incomplete. And let's make sure that that's going to be it. Any more flags on the play?
I think they put 2 seconds on the clock. Nope, that's it. Halftime.
And I believe that's it, folks. So an interesting end to the first half there with Coach Lima deciding he doesn't need clock management.
Third entry into halftime.
So final score, final score of the first half.
There you go. There you go.
Calaveras 14, Big Valley 0 here at the half. We'll be right back after this.
Ready to feel the freedom of the open road? Learn to ride at Harley-Davidson of Sacramento. Our riding academy is now open 7 days a week. Whether you're brand new to riding, getting back on the bike after some time away, or just want to sharpen your skills, we've got a course for you. You'll learn everything from mastering the controls to riding the curves with confidence. It's also the perfect gift for a new rider in your life. Sign up today and let us get you rolling. We'll even help you register for an upcoming class when we return to the line. Harley-Davidson of Sacramento, where your journey begins.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra, Greg Stark at Big Valley Christian High School. We're at the half where Calaveras has the lead, 14-0. Big Valley almost had a chance there at the end, Greg, with some interesting calls right before the half. To break down that first half quickly, Calaveras opened up the scoring with 1:31 remaining in the first quarter when number 19, Devin Ellis, got his number called. 1-yard touchdown run. Extra point was no good. Calaveras had the lead 6-0. In the second quarter with 4:26 remaining, number 7, Enrique Hernandez, ran it in from a yard out. 2-point conversion was good. Calaveras had the lead 14-0, and that's where we are at the half.
I'm impressed with Big Valley's play. They came out after that interception, and they took it to Calaveras, and they executed well. Take away some penalties on that first drive for them, and take away some, missed opportunities with some passes for them, and this is a different ball game. That pass interference we had at the second entrance into halftime, that was a touchdown. That was a wide open receiver. Calaveras a little bit out of position. Maybe got back in position too quickly and contacted the receiver before the ball got there. But, this could be a very different ball game. It could be easily, 14-7 or 14-14 the way Big Valley's been playing.
Right. So 14-0, Calaveras has the lead at the half. What we're going to do now is give you an excerpt from the podcast, Let's Talk Football with Coach Val, where we talked about from around the league, what's going on with the Mother Lode League standings, what each team has done, what the scores and all that was, and who they're playing tonight. So let's listen in from around the league.
Our next segment we call From Around the League, where we take a look around the Mother Lode League and see what happened this past week and who they're playing tonight. Big Valley was victorious over Riverbank 34-0. And then, as I mentioned earlier, Calaveras will be on the road and headed to Big Valley. So Big Valley will be hosting Calaveras. That's scheduled for a 7 p.m. kickoff tonight, October 17th. Bret Hart lost to Linden 35-0. Bret Hart heads out on the road to River Islands. That's scheduled for a 7 p.m. kickoff. As I just mentioned, Linden beat Bret Hart 35-0, and now Linden goes home, and they'll play host to Riverbank. So Riverbank at Linden, 7 p.m. kickoff. Millennium forfeited, so they lost to Calaveras. So Calaveras gets a win by forfeit. And then now Millennium is scheduled to be at Somerville. But I would say, I wouldn't exactly buy your ticket or sell your house and get ready to move over there quite yet. I'd want to double check that one. But they are scheduled to be at Somerville. Riverbank lost to Big Valley 34-0. Riverbank is at Linden. River Islands lost to Somerville 30-13. And now Bret Hart will be at River Islands. That's scheduled for a 7 p.m. kickoff. And then, again, Somerville bounces back after the Calaveras loss, beats River Islands 30-13, and they're scheduled to play a game at home against Millennium. And then Calaveras wins by forfeit over Millennium. They'll be on the road at Big Valley. Any comments around any of those league games, Coach?
Yeah, Big Valley, 34-0 over Riverbank. They look good.
Yeah.
They look good. They put you in a bind a little bit, a couple of their formations, and they played very well. Played very well. So I think we got our work cut out for us tonight. We got to be prepared. We got to line up correctly. Our alignment's got to be perfect. And we got to go play football. We got to go play our brand of football. Because they're not going to make it easy. If everybody remembers last year, I mean, they were in the game, majority of the game.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the end where we started to pull away just a little bit, you
Right.
know? And I think, that's obviously something we talked about this week with the guys. We got to be ready from first quarter on.
Right.
Be ready to play and try to win every play.
Yeah.
Don't wait for somebody else to get it done. You got to go get it done. So.
Well, we'll get into that a little bit more when we get to this week in practice. But other games around the area, Amador beats Galt 47-0, and then they'll hit the road tonight. Amador will be at Union Mine. That's scheduled for a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. Big, huge win here. Argonaut beats Rosemont 36-33. Congratulations to Coach Hickman and the Argonaut Mustangs. That was a big win. Rosemont and Liberty Ranch were the two teams that were absolutely just killing everybody in that league. And so for Argonaut to get a big win over Rosemont, big win there, 36-33. Argonaut will go home, and Galt will come into Jackson. And so it'll be Galt at Argonaut, and that's scheduled for a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. And then Sonora beats Houston 43-12. Sonora will be at home tonight at 7 p.m. kickoff as Ripon comes into town. Ripon at Sonora, 7 p.m. kickoff. Any comments on any of those games, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, Sonora's back at it, obviously. Houston's no slouch. They're a good team, and
I felt like just that 1 point win over Hillmar, and maybe they were a little perturbed a little bit about that. And like, this is kind of one of those, you bounce back a little upset, a little chip on the shoulder.
Amador, doing well, but yeah, the Argonaut game, man, that sounds like a game that would have been fun to be at.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at the box score, and they scored 22 in the fourth quarter. They came back to win that game.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's wild, man. That's a good one right there. I bet you Coach Hickman, I bet you they're fired up.
Yeah.
That's a good for them.
That's a big win and something you could build on and say, hey, look at what we're capable of, and just try to build off of that.
Yeah, man, they're a young football team. Wins like that, man, that's going to resonate.
Yeah, they got a lot of sophomores that are pretty talented there, so they get some those guys to mature a little bit and have more continuity and some consistency. They could be a problem in the next couple of years. Moving on to the Motherlode League standings, Calaveras at the top of the mountain right now at 5-2 overall, 4-0 in league. Linden is right there with them. They are 5-2, also 4-0 in league. Somerville is 5-2. They are 3-1 in league. Big Valley is 3-4. They're 3-1 in league. Bret Hart 2-5, 1-3 in league. Riverbank 2-5, 1-3 in league. River Islands 1-6, 0-4 in league, and then Millennium 0-7, 0-4 in league. And when I look at those standings, Coach, the thing that pops out to me is Big Valley being 3-1 in league. Now, granted, they still got Calaveras and Linden to contend with in the next few weeks. But any comments around the Motherlode League standings?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I think they're a good football team. They were a good football team last year. I think. They've had some tough competition in the preseason this year. But yeah, I think they're on the right track, man. I think they're doing what they should be doing. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're a tough football team. I know Coach Lima's, teaches fundamentals, and those guys are going to come out and they're going to be, fundamentally sound. And so it'll be an interesting game. I think it's going to be. Oh, man, it's like one of those things where it's like you said earlier when we were talking about the junior Red Hawks. You can't take plays off. You can't just say we did great for 38 plays, but there were 40 plays, and the 2 that we took off, they scored touchdowns on, because those types of things changes the whole outcome of a game.
Yeah,
and so the same thing goes no matter at what level. So at the high school varsity level, you can't play 3 out of the 4 good quarters. You've got to play 4 quarters of all 3 levels, offense, defense, special teams. You got to put it all together if you really want to beat good, solid football teams. You can't just have part of it.
And the other thing too for these teams, Big Valley, Bret Hart, you look at the rankings, they're kind of on the outside looking in that new playoff bracket. Only top 8 now,
Right.
So,
that's a good point.
So, they got to put some wins together and, try to get in that top 8. That's where it's at. So they're, it's possible, we look at it, it's definitely possible they're there. But, I'm looking at the bracket right now, which I got to be honest, I don't pay attention to it too much, but Millennium's above Bret Hart. I don't know how that.
I don't even know how that's
how you do that with forfeits. That makes no sense whatsoever. But yeah.
What kind of CIF algorithm is that?
That is exactly why I never look at the bracket. Right there. I never look at it. I do it, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it.
and then Amazon says I need to buy like wool socks, right? So where'd that come from? It's like no. All right, let's move on, Coach.
All right, back to you live from Big Valley Christian High School. We're moments away from getting this second half of this very good football game kicked off. Want to give you some stats here for the first half. Number 7, Enrique Hernandez has 64 rushing yards. Number 33, Cody Paulson, 55 rushing yards for a total of 123 total rushing yards. Curran has 30 passing yards. Those statistics come to you courtesy of Guy Dossie, the sports editor of the Calaveras Enterprise and CalaverasEnterprise.com. Thank you very much, Guy, for your statistics. Greg, Big Valley has been playing very good, hard, tough football. They kicked off in the first half, so they're going to get the ball here in the second half. They moved the ball very good at the end of there. I thought it was very bad clock management, but they were able to get down in position because of fortuitous calls to try to score. They end up not scoring, but at least they've got some confidence that they may be able to move the football here.
Yeah, a couple things just going differently in their way, and they're in the ball game. The way if they can go back to the initial drive that they had where they came down and they got stalled out with the penalties, if they can get back to that type of football, and it seems like they did at the end. They had the movement of their personnel, and they were moving the ball well on Calaveras with the time, again, as the time ran out. So if they continue with that as they come out into the halftime, that could be a really, really tough night for Calaveras.
Yeah, I mean, number 11, D'Angelo Martinez, has been running the ball really well. Number 15, Jeremy Jordan for Big Valley Christian, running the ball very well. We were concerned about number 6, that big tight end, and haven't really seen much of him. They haven't been really to throw the football very much.
His impact's on defense.
Yeah.
He's doing very well on defense.
But those 2 running backs have kind of had their way and have done a very good job running the football.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Clark called a timeout there towards the end of that first half, trying to get his guys regrouped. I'm sure they had plenty of time. I saw Coach Anderson out there with the grease board and that pin. And they're drawing up formations, they're drawing up plays.
Yep.
And I would imagine they're drawing up that play where Big Valley lines up. They do some sort of movement where they shift everybody from one side to the other side. Then they pitch the ball to that jumbo side, and they get good yardage out of that. And then they do the same thing and then run the weak side with that counter play. And so they're going to go back to that. If I'm Coach Adam Lima, the head coach of Big
reason
Valley,
not to.
I would go back to that.
No reason not to.
And so Calaveras is going to need to be prepared and to say, hey, they had success with this. They're going to come back to this. How are we going to defend it? What are we going to do? My guess is as soon as you see those guys shift, there's got to be some sort of shift in the alignment of the defense as well.
Yeah, it depends on they're moving 2 people, so is Anderson going to have him go down a gap or bump over 2 gaps or over a gap to the head on to the next guy?
Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense of going a gap over, now your head up, so you can work on that weak side.
And then not just your alignment. You move over gap in alignment, but then your responsibility, right? So now maybe, you had the gap that's in front of you. Well, now once they shift it, now I might be slanting towards the gap towards that strong side, right?
Right.
And so what your responsibility is besides your alignment may change based on that shift. We'll find out. Clock's got about 50 seconds left. It's counting down. Both teams are on the field warming up. As I mentioned, Big Valley kicked off, and Calaveras started the game with the football. So Big Valley is going to start off the second half with the football, and I think that's going to be a big, huge drive and determining factor of this football game. Because if Calaveras stops them, gets the ball back and goes down and score, you might be able to see Big Valley say, hey, let's pack our tents and let's get out of here. Right. Whereas if they can score and get within a score, that could change the complete dynamics and the confidence of this football team.
Well, they went into halftime, the third halftime, running the ball, moving the ball very well. And if they continue with that strategy and come out, get the ball, like you said, and even if they have a very good drive where it stalls out, maybe get a field goal or something, any positive they can get out of this, they're not giving up. Senior night, playoff implications on the line, home bragging rights on the line. They're gonna come out and try to make a difference right now.
No, I'll tell you what. Before the game, I had a chance to talk to number 19, Devin Ellis, and his jacket says Bam Bam on it. And I asked him, what is that? He said it's his nickname. He had it ever since he was a little kid from his parents.
All right.
And so big congrats to Bam Bam for getting into the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And great
Twice.
job. Great job for Coach Mosa.
Yeah.
For giving him some love, right?
Yeah, one counted, one didn't.
He gave Bam Bam some love over there, right?
Yeah, that was and again, kudos to Coach Mosa to give credit to him to get him the ball when he got in the first time and only to be brought back by a penalty, to make sure and make a mental note to have him get that again. That means a lot to the players. When you take care of the players like that, they go to the extra mile, and they really take into heart what the coaches say when they feel that the coaches have their best interests at heart.
All right, so number 1, Caden Gray preparing to kick for Calaveras. They're going to be kicking from our right to left. We're Big Valley, number 11 and number 15. D'Angelo Martinez and Jeremiah Jordan are back deep to receive. Here's the kick. That's going towards number 11, who has a hard time. Then it's going to go out of bounds. He touched it first, though. Let's see what the call is.
No flags yet.
There's the flag.
Now there's a flag.
But he did touch the football. It was D'Angelo Martinez. He touched it, and they're still going to call it on Calaveras.
It was a fake touch.
And the Calaveras coaches want to talk to the white hat because it is a penalty if nobody on the receiving team touches it. And it doesn't look like they want to hear too much of what Calaveras is protesting about. So the flag will stand, and they'll spot the ball at the Big Valley 35-yard line, where Big Valley will begin 1st and 10.
Big difference in field position right there.
Travis Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. 2 running backs to his side. He's going to direct snap to one of those running backs right up the middle. And nice little defense there by Calaveras. They'll give up a couple of yards, but not much there. 2nd down coming up. And now we got another penalty well after the play.
I couldn't see what happened.
I saw number 10, Quincy Dyson, end up on the ground. And I'm not sure if somebody helped them get there. Let's see what the call is. And now they decided to pick it up and wave the flag off.
Well, they didn't see the touch on the football, so maybe they didn't see it. They didn't actually see him get thrown to the ground. So, yeah.
So 2nd down and about 8 after the gain of 2. Big Valley's got their offense to the line of scrimmage. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. Takes a snap. Hands off to number 11, who runs off left tackle. Gains maybe a yard, maybe 2. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, another good play by Calaveras' defense, getting that defensive end to hold his containment on that to prevent any major yardage. That was a big struggle and big problem in the first half.
3rd and 7 from the Big Valley 38-yard line.
Let's go, D!
11 minutes here in the 3rd quarter, and Calaveras has the lead, 14-0. Lima, the Big Valley quarterback, in shotgun. Takes the snap. No, direct snap to a running back up the middle, and it'll be close to the line of game. Let's see where they spot it. Not much there. A lot of white jerseys there, and he'll get a couple yards, but he's still going to be well short of the 1st down. Looks to be about 4th and 4 with 10:37 here in the 3rd quarter.
Interesting play call from Big Valley. They do a lot of the same play multiple times. Either it's the direct snap or the shifting of the personnel, but they'll do it repetitively. It's very interesting.
Since they're on their own 41-yard line, it looks like Big Valley is going to line up in a punt formation here. And number 11 is going to kick it away. It's going to be a short kick. Calaveras wisely stays away from it. Gets a Big Valley bounce, and they'll spot it right about the 36-yard line of Calaveras, where Calaveras will take over 1st and 10 with 10:03 remaining in the third quarter.
That was the second time Quincy ended up on the ground. That was a deliberate, I don't want to call it deliberate. That was a block in the back, blindside. And there's refs are going to have to get a handle on some of the extracurricular activity before this gets somebody starts retaliating against it.
So 1st and 10, Calaveras on their own 36-yard line. 10:03 here in the third quarter, and Calaveras has the lead 14-0. Cohen Curran has got the Calaveras offense on the line of scrimmage. He's got Peyton Long split out to his left, split backs behind him. He's under center, takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Cody Paulson off left tackle, and he'll pick up a yard, maybe two. Nice little tackle there by number 6, Brady Heinrich, the big tight end that we talked about making a noise on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, him and 44, Matt Geeds, they were both right there waiting for Polson. Not much you can do on that. Number 6, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he's looks like he's lining up at that defensive end position, and a nice little job on him stopping Cody Paulson. They're in this 3-man front defense. Curran under center, split backs behind him. Takes a snap, pitches it to Paulson, who tries the left edge, breaks a tackle, still carries a few more would-be tacklers. Gets it up close to the 40-yard line.
Another questionable block from Big Valley about 4 seconds after the play. But yeah, good run by Polson coming in and lowering her shoulder and getting out there. Looks like Big Valley blitzed on that a little bit and got caught out of position and helped with the positive yards.
So 3rd and 6 from the Calaveras 40-yard line. Clock moving at 8:50 remaining in the third quarter. In a 14-0, Calaveras has the lead. They have the football. Curran under center, eye backs behind him. Takes a snap, hands off to Enrique, and a little bit of a counter trap there. He slips, gets down. He's going to be short of the first down, but he'll pick up a few more yards. And I think we're going to be looking at about 4th and 3. So let's see what Coach Mosa decides to do here.
Not shy of going for it on 4th down, regardless of field position, down, distance, or time on the clock. So I would say we're going to go for it here.
It might be closer to 4 yards. 4th and 4. Ball spotted about the 42-yard line of Calaveras. 4th and 4 on the Calaveras 42-yard line, coming down on 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Curran under center, split backs behind him. Puts a man in motion. Movement.
We're punting now.
Let's see. Offensive, yep. False start on the offense. That's going to move them back 5 more yards, and I would imagine you're going to see the punt team now. At 4th and 4, he was willing to go for it, but at 4th and 9, I think we're going to see the punt team.
Kind of looked like a hard count, and he hard counted his own guy.
Yeah. Hoping to get a freebie on the 4th and 4 to see if the defender jumped, and you made your own guys jump instead.
Am I allowed to say that penalties are killing Calaveras again?
So clock continues to move, 7:38, 4th and 9. Calaveras will line up in a punt formation. There's the snap. There's the kick. It's a high, short kick. Nice little bounce. Big Valley will stay away from it, and it'll get down to about the Big Valley 30-yard line, and that's where Calaveras will down it. Ryan Clifton downs it at the Big Valley 30-yard line. That's where Big Valley will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a all-out punt block by Big Valley. That kick had to be high to get it out of there without being blocked. Number 6, again, that big apple knocker got in there. Brady Hendricks, he almost blocked it. So kicking over somebody that's 6'6" is a little difficult, and it's got a good Calaveras bounce to help out with that. Almost identical field position to the questionable kickoff.
Yeah, 1st and 10, Big Valley on their own 30. Lima in shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to pitch it off to his right, and not much there. A lot of white jerseys there on the left side of that Calaveras defense. Maybe back to the original line. Might have lost a yard.
Yeah, that pitch was read very well by the backers and the defensive line. They didn't have anywhere to go to run that ball.
About a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11 from their own 29-yard line. Lima, the quarterback, has got slot receivers over. Actually, yeah, slot. It looked like there was some confusion there about who's supposed to be out there. There goes that shift play again. Takes the snap, pitches it off to his left, which is where the
fumble.
inside. There's a loose ball.
Calaveras got it back.
Let's take a look. Let's see what the call is. And it's Calaveras football.
Nice.
Lima pitched it off to the left side. And had the running back had a problem getting the ball. It ended up on the ground and recovered by Calaveras. It's going to be 1st and 10. Calaveras going the other way.
Yeah, didn't look like he ever had complete control of the ball once it was given to him. And Calaveras went to tackle and finished the fumble on that.
They'll spot the ball at the Big Valley 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Calaveras. 6:28 remaining in the third quarter. Curran under center. Puts Enrique in motion. Goes back, and he's going to hand off to that little counter trap, and Big Valley is not fooled.
Yeah, Big Valley Oh, there's no taunting on that? Oh!
Lots of extracurricular activity happening after the play.
Not only was there taunting on that, standing directly over the Calaveras player, there was another player that came in well after the play, and apparently the refs have no inclination to call any fouls whatsoever. That's going to get this game out of hand real quick. That pitch was Big Valley's been blitzing on every place.
So the loss of 5 is going to be 2nd and 15. Ball's on the Big Valley 32-yard line. Curran under center, takes the snap, pitches it off to Enrique, off to the left side, who's finally going to get pushed out of bounds. But he's going to pick up about 8 yards on the play. Number 7, Enrique Hernandez, on the sweep to the left side.
Yeah. Going back to the last play, up to this last play, the one before that, Big Valley's been blitzing up the middle, and you can see the whole defense collapse towards the line of scrimmage. They have no fear that Calaveras is going to pass right now, and they're going to stop the run at all costs.
Well, 3rd and 7 on the Big Valley 24-yard line. 5:35 remaining in the third quarter. Calaveras has the lead, 14-0. There's Curran under center. Ibach's behind him. He's going to turn around and hand it to number 7, Enrique, who breaks a few tackles, runs over another would-be tackler, gets it down near the 10-yard line of Big Valley, and number 7, Enrique Hernandez, just taking control.
The child in a man's body was going towards the sidelines, absolutely stopped on a dime and just turned the offense into an attack, and was going after Big Valley defenders, crushing them, getting another 4 or 5 yards.
So 1st and 10, Calaveras at the Big Valley 11-yard line. 5:12 remaining in the third quarter. Calaveras has the lead, 14-0. They're looking to add to that. Curran under center, split backs behind him, a receiver to each side. There's the snap, and we got a whistle on the play. There's a flag. Let's see what the call is.
It's hard to tell from this angle, but Big Valley was creeping up. Might be on the defense. Encroachment.
Offsides on the defense is the call. So that's going to move the ball up 5 yards.
They called it on Calaveras, and they're moving the ball back 5 yards.
Offsides is a rare call on the offense. The center might have had his head over the football. That's about the only time you see things like that. And you're right, they did move the ball back. So offsides on the offense. So they move the ball back 5 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 15 from the Big Valley 16-yard line. 4:37 remaining in the third quarter. Curran under center. Ibach's behind him. Takes a snap, hands off to Enrique off right tackle. Still on his feet. 4, 5, 6 tacklers. Finally brings him down. He'll pick up a couple of yards on the play. Good defense by Big Valley. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, the offensive line just didn't get their blocks materialized on that. Enrique really had nowhere to go. Cover up the ball and hope for the best.
So 2nd and about 14. Coming down on 4 minutes remaining. Curran, the quarterback for Calaveras. It's nice to see 6 back out there playing again.
It is.
Just regardless of what happens in this football game, but to see him back to playing after what's happened the past couple of weeks. Under center, puts Enrique in motion. He's going to hand off to Enrique, who cuts back up the middle, carries a would-be tackler, still on his feet. And they're going to mark it just inside the 10-yard line.
It looks like he went right after that defender. And back to your point about it's nice seeing number 6 out there. Devin Long did a very good job out there. And as a head coach, it's really nice to know that your number 2 is not far from number 1.
3rd and 8 from the Big Valley 9-yard line. Coming down on 3:11 remaining in the third quarter. Curran under center with 2 split backs behind him. Puts a man in motion. Takes a snap. Hands off to Paulson off left tackle. Runs over a would-be tackler. Gets inside the right about the 5-yard line. Cody Paulson lowering a shoulder and just barreling over a would-be tackler.
You can see that the Bear Valley defense, when the motion man is coming, when the motion man is coming, their defense is absolutely shifting completely to the side of the motion man. So I would imagine we're going to see a counter coming up here with that much adjustment by the defense.
So big 4th down play coming up. It's 4th and 5 from the Big Valley 6-yard line. They can still get a first down without scoring. 2:22 remaining in the third quarter. Curran's got the offense under at the line of scrimmage. He's under center. Split backs behind him. Puts a man in motion.
Timeout.
And we got a timeout. Calaveras on the field. 2:11 remaining in the third. Important 4th down play coming back when we come back right after this.
MRM Stone has over 1,000 natural stone selections, fabrication services, and delivery available. Stop on by 2173 Highway 12 in Valley Springs or go to mrmstone.com. Give us a ring at 209-763-5761. MRM Stone, your masonry and landscape stone supplier.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark coming to you live from Big Valley Christian High School, where there's 2:11 remaining in the third quarter. Calaveras has the lead 14-0, and they have the ball with a 4th and 5 at the Big Valley 6-yard line, and they're just coming out of this timeout. And I'm thinking a nice little play action here might be exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, with the way they're really absolutely mirroring that motion of Calaveras, that'd be, again, really good time to do a counter or like a play action pass is certainly in order.
Here comes Curran, the quarterback, under center. He's got eye backs behind him. That's Paulson and Hernandez. Puts a man in motion. Takes a snap. He's going to give. No, he's going to fake it. Throws.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Calaveras.
Can't tell if that's
Cohen Curran, the quarterback, looked like he was going to hand off to Enrique Hernandez. He faked it to him, and then he threw it, I believe it was to 22, Ryan Clifton, who was the motion man. And as soon as they saw that he wasn't getting sweep, they left him alone. Big mistake. He was the receiver on the play. Touchdown, Calaveras.
Yeah, way to capitalize on a turnover.
Number 1, Caden Gray preparing for the kick after. Bad snap. It's going to get picked up, and it's going to get tackled in the backfield, so the extra point is no good.
Special teams.
So with 2:06 remaining in the third quarter, the score, Calaveras 20, Big Valley 0. We'll be right back.
Treats General Store in San Andreas, California is a proud sponsor of Calaveras football and the Let's Talk Football with Coach Val podcast. Treats General Store has everything you need from groceries, meat, liquors, and hardware. Treats General Store since 1852.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark. We're at Big Valley Christian High School, where the Calaveras Redhawks have just scored again. They have the lead 20-0 here in the third quarter with 2:06 remaining. A nice little play action pass by number 6, Cohen Curran. He faked it to number 7, Enrique Hernandez. Had number 22, Ryan Clifton, in motion. Faked to him, and then threw him the football into the end zone. He was wide open.
Well-designed play after you've been pounding it down. They're going to react to that instinctively. Nice little pass. And Calaveras, again, still a little bit plagued by they had a missed field goal or missed PAT, and now a bad snap and a long run on a kickoff. So they need to. Third part of the game's hurting them right now.
So there's the kick, number 11 from Big Valley. He's got a nice little run back going. He's going to get it up to about the 31, maybe 32-yard line of Big Valley, where Big Valley will start off their next offensive drive, 1st and 10. Number 11, once again, D'Angelo Martinez showing how dangerous he could be when he gets the football in his hands.
Yeah, certainly their workhorse tonight.
So they'll spot the ball right about the 31-yard line of Big Valley, where it's going to be 1st and 10. They're moving from our left to right, and they're all blue uniforms, Calaveras, and they're visiting all whites. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. There he goes, shifting lineman again over to his right. Takes the snap, pitches it to the right. And that's number 11, once again, who breaks a few tackles. And he's going to pick up maybe about 4 or 5 yards on the play. 2nd down coming up. D'Angelo Martinez, once again, pick up of about 4.
Calaveras' sheet. Calaveras, Corey Castle played snap to whistle on that play, and then did not give up on taking it to Big Valley. I just want to give a shout out to him. Well done.
So 2nd and 7 at the Big Valley 35-yard line, coming down on 1:17 remaining.
Let's go!
There goes Lima, the quarterback. He's going to shift all his guys over to his left side now. He's in shotgun. Takes a snap. And there's that counter play to the weak side again. And this time Devin Ellis, number 19, was not fooled.
So
Bam Bam on the play.
yeah, saved a 1st down. That was a great angle he took to make that tackle.
He's going to be short of the 1st down, where it's going to be 3rd and about 2 from the Big Valley 40-yard line. Nice play by Devin Ellis, number 19. Here comes Lima, the quarterback, once again in shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off to number 15 over to his right side, who makes a nice little spin move, and he's going to have enough for a Big Valley 1st down. Number 15, Jeremy Jordan, with a nice run off right tackle.
A right tackle onto the short side of the field, but just enough to get the markers to move. Calaveras on this drive hasn't been that out of position. It's just the size of their sodbusters on the offensive line is just making it a little bit hard to get to that running back after some positive yards.
So 1st and 10, Big Valley. They spot the ball at their own 44-yard line. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off to number 11. Off the left. Nice tackle in the backfield.
Number
20, Corey Castle, with a great play and the offensive backfield for Calaveras.
Yeah, that was a bobbled handoff again. He really didn't have it cleanly until right before he got tackled.
That's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter with the score. Calaveras 20, Big Valley 0. We'll be right back.
Treats General Store in San Andreas, California is a proud sponsor of Calaveras football and the Let's Talk Football with Coach Val podcast. Treats General Store has everything you need from groceries, meat, liquors, and hardware. Treats General Store since 1852.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark. We're at Big Valley Christian High School in Modesto, getting ready to start the 4th quarter of action. Calaveras has the lead over Big Valley, 20-0, in what's been a tough, hard-hitting football game. Big Valley at times have shown with number 11, D'Angelo Martinez, and number 15, Jeremy Jordan, that they can run the football at times, and then some great defensive plays by some individual players stopping a lot of these drives.
Yeah, they're definitely, again, doing really well at driving the ball. If it wasn't for that fumble on the last drive of theirs, that's really their only blemish right now.
2nd and 13, Big Valley on their own 41-yard line. And They had their offense on the line of scrimmage. Looks like
the
one of the referees wasn't in the right spot. The white hat had to put him in the correct spot. And
now there's some confusion.
The officials want to have a little talk. Maybe he's going to, any good restaurants around here when this thing's over?
There might be something wrong with the marker. They have a really fancy down marker on the sideline where it keeps fluttering. I don't know if somebody forgot to plug it in or not.
Yeah, it's a digital down marker, so they're going to have to bring out maybe the old school.
No school like the old school. They're bringing
bring the old one back out.
The old flipper back.
The battery never dies on the old one.
No.
So, yeah, the down marker was not working. Now it looks like we're ready to go. It's 2nd and 13 on the Big Valley 41-yard line.
Uh-oh, we spoke too soon. Flipperton's not working. Did anybody bring one? I have some crayons and some butcher paper. We can just draw some numbers.
Does anybody have a down marker sign we can borrow?
Is there a down marker in the house?
So there's still stoppage of play as the down marker. They have the old school one, but it's showing 4th down, and it's not so old school where it flips. They can't get it to move, and so they go, we'll figure it out. It is 2nd down, 2nd and 13.
Kick it.
Lima in motion. Puts a man and hands it off to number 13 off right tackle. He'll pick up maybe 4, maybe 5 yards. That was number 13, Nathan Harvey, on the carry.
Yeah, they could plug the other one in the meantime.
We should have a 3rd down coming up. And so it is 3rd down, even though the down marker just does not seem to be operating and not getting a whole lot of help here. So 3rd down and 9 on the Big Valley 45-yard line. 11:29 remaining in the football game. Lima, the quarterback, has his offense to the line of scrimmage. He's in shotgun. Takes a snap. Hands off to, it's a little reverse. That's number 32, still on his feet. And he's finally going to get brought down. He's still going to be short of the line of gain. Nice tackle by number 33, Cody Paulson. He'll get stopped about 3, maybe 4 yards short of the 1st down. And it is now 4th down. For once, the down marker is correct.
Yeah, 25% of the time it can be right on these right now. Big Valley pulled a couple linemen, and they came over with a head of steam, and they made some really good blocks on that play to get their running back around.
So big 4th down play here for Big Valley. 4th and 3 from the Calaveras 49-yard line. And Lima, the quarterback's got the play in from the sideline. Breaks the huddle. Coming down on 10.5 minutes remaining in the football game. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. One single back there with him. And it looks like he's trying to hard count. And Calaveras wasn't buying it. And so Big Valley calls a timeout. It'll be 4th and 3 when we come back right after this.
Attention football fans and backyard dreamers. Game day is better when your home turf is just as impressive as the one on the field. The Paver Company is here to turn your yard into the ultimate outdoor paradise. Perfect for barbecues, watch parties, and relaxing evenings. Locally owned and family operated by the Biondi family, we bring championship level craftsmanship and a personal touch to every project. Make your yard the one everyone talks about. Visit thepavercompany.com or call 916-222-8844 to schedule your consultation. Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality with the Paver Company.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark. We're coming to you from Big Valley Christian High School in Modesto, where the Calaveras Redhawks have the lead 20-0 with 10:18 remaining in the 4th quarter. And it's 4th and 3 at the Calaveras 49-yard line. Big Valley going for it. There goes that shift again to the right side of the line. Lima takes the snap, pitches it off to the right side, and almost got stopped in the backfield, but he's going to have enough for a 1st down. Number 15, Jeremiah Jordan, with a strong run. And it looks like we have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official call is.
It's going to be personal foul against Calaveras. There was a punch thrown after the play, and or a arm flung around.
So it's definitely on Calaveras. and it is a personal foul. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that's certainly going to help Big Valley to continue this drive. It's bad enough they had a first down as a result of the play, but now they're going to add 15 more yards to it.
In the saga of the side marker, though, we're on our third one now. They got one out of the shed, and it's partially operational. As long as you hold.
Well, if they could get 4 of them that all have different downs on them, then they'll have it covered.
I could dig that.
So 1st and 10, Big Valley. The ball's going to get spotted at the Calaveras 28-yard line, coming down on 10 minutes remaining in the ball game, where Calaveras has the lead, 20-0. Lima, the quarterback for Big Valley, is in shotgun. Split receiver to his right. He's going to put him in motion or move him closer in. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to a running back. That's number 32. Cuts it back up the middle. Maybe a yard. Nice little defense there by Calaveras. It'll be 2nd and about 9 coming up.
Yeah, it's interesting why he cut into the line when he had a pretty good open field on the outside, but not sure if that was the design of the play, but that was an interesting choice of directions.
So 2nd and 9. Looks like they'll spot the ball about the Calaveras 26-yard line.
Hit somebody!
Once again, Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off on a little counter play to 32 once again. And number 10, Quincy Dyson, is going to come up and make the tackle. But it will be a gain of a few yards.
Looks like is there a penalty on the play? No.
No, it's he made the line of gain. The white hat says it is a first down, so it's going to be a first down, Big Valley.
Moving those chains.
They'll spot the ball at the Calaveras 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Big Valley.
So that penalty is really going to cause some problems right now. Not that it wasn't a first down, but just the fact that they moved them 15 yards further into Calaveras territory.
This is where, if you're on the defensive side of things, you're looking for a big play here. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. 2 running backs in the backfield with him. Takes a snap. He hands it off. That's 15 again, off right tackle. Nowhere to go in the middle. Cuts it back to the outside. He's going to get caught. Nice defensive play.
Calaveras stretched that play out. The end on that side kept stretching it and allowing Calaveras to flow over there and got a nice stop for a loss.
He tried the middle, nothing there. Cut back to the outside, and nothing there. He got ran down. So it's a loss of a couple of yards. 2nd down and 12.
He actually ran into a Calaveras player when he went up the middle, but he was engaged in a block with one of those space eaters of a lineman they have, and was able to bounce it or tried to bounce it to the outside.
So 2nd and 12 from the Calaveras 19-yard line. Clock is moving, 8:11 remaining in the football game. Calaveras has the lead, 20-0. And Coach Doug Clark, the defensive coordinator, I'm sure would like to have that 0 stay up on the board. As we mentioned in pregame, the Calaveras defense so far in league has given up either 1 score or less in every league game thus far. Lima, the quarterback for Big Valley in shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to pitch it off to number 11 off the left side, and not much there. A lot of white jerseys there to make the stop. Maybe,
fumble, Calaveras. No, after the play.
Maybe got a yard. It's going to be third. It's going to be 3rd down.
Not sure exactly when the ball came out, but the refs were calling it down. Calaveras has done a very good job with that shift that Big Valley's doing. They just did that on the last play. They moved some personnel around, and Calaveras moved quickly and into position. So it looks like that grease board you were talking about at halftime paid off.
So 3rd and 11, 7-11 remaining in the football game. Big 3rd down play for Big Valley. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun, takes a snap. It's a low snap. Trouble with it. And let's see what the official call is. The ball was loose.
They were bobbling it when he went in there.
Lima, I believe, still retained the ball, and so it's going to be 4th down. He had nowhere to go. He lost a few yards on the play. He was lucky to just get the football back.
Yeah, Calaveras made a pretty good effort for it, but he fell on it smartly, and now we're looking at 4th down. One of the few off snaps that are long snaps shotgun snaps that Big Valley has had tonight.
So 4th and 14 at the Calaveras 21-yard line. 6.5 minutes left in the football game. Calaveras has the lead, 20-0. And a big fourth down play for Big Valley.
Let's go, team! They ain't got no play clock. How long they got to make a play? Come on, go, make a play for? Jesus Christ.
So it looks like
And-
Bear Valley's taking a timeout after indecision of what to do with the line. There was a little bit of confusion between the quarterback trying to motion people or put people in different positions. They decided to take a timeout at 6:11.
So we got a timeout on the field, 6:11 remaining in the football game. Big fourth down play coming when we come right back.
Treats General Store in San Andreas, California is a proud sponsor of Calaveras football and the Let's Talk Football with Coach Val podcast. Treats General Store has everything you need from groceries, meat, liquors, and hardware. Treats General Store since 1852.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark. We're at Big Valley Christian High School. 6:11 remaining in the football game. Calaveras has the lead 20-0, and Big Valley has the ball 4th and 14 on the Calaveras 21-yard line. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to pitch it to number 7, who's going to throw it back, and I believe it's going to be incomplete, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Calaveras going the other way. They tried a little razzle-dazzle, Greg, pitched it to number 7, who tried a little quarterback throwback, but just couldn't get the play executed.
Yeah, too much razzle, not enough dazzle. And I get what they're trying to do, catch Calaveras off guard, but they've been moving the ball consistently with the same plays, all the way down the field minus the 15-yard penalty. Stick with what's working, man. Dance with who you got there with.
So 6:06 here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10, Calaveras on their own 21-yard line. They have the lead 20-0, and I would imagine you're going to get a big, healthy dose of power running football from this point on. Curran under center. I-backs behind him. He pitches it to Enrique Hernandez, who cuts out over to his right side, makes the first guy miss, and then is brought down, but he's still going to gain about 7, maybe 8 yards on the play. 2nd and short coming up.
Yeah, he had 2 scoops of Polson in front of him coming as a lead block, and he got a chip on one guy, and another Bear Valley guy came in from the side and took Enrique down. But when you have, the lineman and Polson out in front of you, good things are always going to happen.
So they'll actually move it back a little bit. They said his knee was down. It's going to be 2nd and 5 from the Calaveras 26-yard line. Curran under center, single back, Paulson behind him. Puts a man in motion. That's Clifton. He's going to pitch it to Clifton off that left edge. He's got some running room to the left side, cuts it back up the middle, still on his feet, but he's going to have plenty on that sweep for a Calaveras first down.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Yep, they gave it to him. Great speed to get that outside. A good flow with Calaveras linemen getting out there and getting second level. Good things happen when you stay on your blocks and get to the second level.
Yeah, number 22, Ryan Clifton on the sweep. He's got enough for a Calaveras first down. It's 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line, coming down on 5 minutes remaining in the game. Curran under center. Once again, single back Paulson behind him. He's going to hand it off to that motion man. That's number 7, Enrique Hernandez, who cuts back up the middle, breaks a tackle. The 40, the 30. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Calaveras.
As Enrique was running down the field, let's let these bells go for a little bit. As Enrique was running down the field, he had Clifton with him. I couldn't read the number of the Big Valley defender coming down the field, but Clifton was able to run with Enrique as he got tracked down, make a block, and spring him for a touchdown. Selfless job. That's what I like about the Calaveras running backs. They're not afraid to run the ball, and they're certainly not afraid to lay a block and run down field with their partner to set them free.
Number 7, Enrique Hernandez on the 57-yard run. Here's the kick after attempt. It's a high snap. Quincy's going to throw it, and he's got his man. The 2-point conversion is good. It was a high snap. Quincy, the holder, came up with it and hit number 20, Corey Castle, in the corner of the end zone. So with that 2-point conversion, the score with 4:43 remaining in the game, Calaveras 28, Big Valley 0. We'll be right back.
Ready to feel the freedom of the open road? Learn to ride at Harley-Davidson of Sacramento. Our Riding Academy is now open 7 days a week. Whether you're brand new to riding, getting back on the bike after some time away, or just want to sharpen your skills, we've got a course for you. You'll learn everything from mastering the controls to riding the curves with confidence. It's also the perfect gift for a new rider in your life. Sign up today and let us get you rolling. We'll even help you register for an upcoming class when we return to the line. Harley-Davidson of Sacramento, where your journey begins.
Welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra, Greg Stark at Big Valley Christian High School, where the Calaveras Redhawks have just added to their lead. They have the lead 28-0 and a 4:43 remaining in the football game. They just kicked off the Big Valley, and the Big Valley returner gets a nice little return, maybe up to about the 34-yard line of Big Valley, and that's where they're going to start off 1st and 10.
Yeah, I want you to do me a favor if you talk to Coach Most before I do. That last point after looked like a design play. Corey Castle, he went out on a route.
It was
almost immediately. I know
was
that
hot.
It was. I know they're yelling fire, and he knows what to do. And fire means it's a bad snap. Go for it. But it almost looked designed.
There's no way Coach Moses says, let's do a really high snap, and knowing that possibly could be over his head.
You ask him or I will.
No, he'd rather take the extra point. That was a high snap. It was a fire call, and they did a good job. What they're supposed to do when there's a bad snap, they did exactly what they're supposed to do.
So you're not going to ask him?
I will ask him. I will ask, just for you, Greg. Anything for you. 4:38 remaining in the football game. 1st and 10. Big Valley has the ball.
Let's go defense!
Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to number 15 off the right side. And number 5, Colton Ray, not having any of it. There's a flag on the play. But a nice play by Colton Ray.
There was a pile of people that I'm not sure what happened.
So they're going to call an unsportsmanlike personal foul on the defense, on Calaveras. It was a great initial play by number 5, Colton Ray, at the point of attack. I did not see the penalty from this vantage point. Very difficult to see. But it was a great defensive play by number 5, Colton Ray. But they will move the football up nonetheless.
If they're not careful, if they get ejected, that could affect their playing, or will affect their playing in the next game, Linden next week.
Yeah, I didn't quite get a number on who it was on.
The only number I got was 15-yard penalty.
So they'll move the ball up after the penalty on Calaveras on the unsportsmanlike personal foul. It looks like right about the Big Valley 45-yard line is where they're going to spot it, 1st and 10 with 4:19 and the clock moving left in the football game. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to his right side. That's number 15, Jeremiah Jordan. He maybe gets a yard. It'll be 2nd and about 9 coming up.
So Calaveras, they're really reading their cues right now and getting that outside. Those outside runs haven't been very fruitful for Big Valley for a little while now.
And, Calaveras at this point needs to be very careful, like you mentioned, Greg. There's 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the football game. In a game you lead 28-0. There's no reason why at all you should be hitting anybody after the whistle or doing anything crazy that can be get you in trouble for playing next week.
Yeah, not that it's good anytime, but it's especially could be troublesome now.
2nd and 9 from the 46-yard line. Big Valley, Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He actually direct snaps it to one of the up running backs. He'll pick up maybe a yard, maybe 2 at best. 3rd and long coming up as we come down on 3 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter.
That little groan I had was the next up, Calaveras was lined up well over the ball, and right before the snap got back, good learning point for him.
So 3rd and 8 from the Big Valley 47-yard line. The clock continues to move, 2:45 and moving. Lima, the quarterback, in shotgun. He sends out slot receivers way out to his left side. puts a man in motion, takes a snap. He's going to pitch it on a little shuffle pass, but a bunch of white jerseys there. Corey Castle, 13. Owen Shahan, quite a few white jerseys, was not fooled. It's going to be a loss of a couple yards. 4th and 10 coming up.
Yeah, that shuttle pass was right in front of a couple players of Calaveras, and that probably would have been better to hold on to that and than risk a fumble or an interception.
Well, if they would have dropped it, it would have been an incomplete pass, because the shuffle pass is exactly that, a shuffle pass. So that's one of the beauties of that play. If it's dropped, it looks like a fumble, but it actually is incomplete. But he didn't drop it. He just caught it for a loss of 2. 1:47 remaining here in the football game. 4th and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Big 4th down play for the Calaveras faithful. Big Valley comes to the line of scrimmage. Lima and shotgun. There goes that shift of the extra running back and receiver off to his right. And he's going to be countered off to his left. And this time they're not fooled. Number 5, Colton Ray, was not fooled at all and makes a play in the backfield. That's going to be a turnover on down. 1st and 10, Calaveras going the other way.
Yeah, great job reading that play. Came flying in, knifed in, untouched. Nice safe tackle for turnover and downs.
Great defensive play by number 5, Colton Ray. He sniffed off the counter play, made the play in the backfield. Calaveras will get the football back, and I would imagine with a couple of kneel downs here, this will wrap this football game up for the night.
Take it to the house!
Cohen Kern, the quarterback, under center. Something Kern didn't like the formation. Say, hey, you guys split up. Takes a snap, takes the knee. The clock will move.
It's always the right time to do the right thing.
So 1:17 remaining in the football game. The clock moves.
Finally, little shenanigans again. Gremlins in the clock board. Crowd liked it.
Coming down on 1 minute. Number 6, Cohen Kern, waiting to see that umpire start making his movement to let him know he's running out of time on the play clock as the clock continues to move. And I think maybe after one more kneel down here, it should be enough. Let's see. And there he goes under center. Takes another knee.
12 men on the field. I'm not going to call it.
And that should do it. Coming down on 30 seconds left.
Did you hear? There it is. So they're already walking onto the field with 20 seconds left, getting ready to shake hands.
13. Coming down on 10 seconds remaining in the football game.
They might be done with handshakes before the clock runs out. I haven't seen that in a long time.
3 seconds, 2, 1, 0. And that's official, folks. That's the final score. Calaveras 28, Big Valley 0 here at Big Valley Christian High School. When we come back, we'll break down this game for you. We'll be right back.
MRM Stone has over 1,000 natural stone selections, fabrication services, and delivery available. Stop on by 2173 Highway 12 in Valley Springs or go to mrmstone.com. Give us a ring at 209-763-5761. MRM Stone, your masonry and landscape stone supplier. Attention football fans and backyard dreamers. Game day is better when your home turf is just as impressive as the one on the field. The Paver Company is here to turn your yard into the ultimate outdoor paradise. Perfect for barbecues, watch parties, and relaxing evenings. Locally owned and family operated by the Biondi family, we bring championship level craftsmanship and a personal touch to every project. Make your yard the one everyone talks about. Visit thepavercompany.com or call 916-222-8844 to schedule your consultation. Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality with the Paver Company.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark coming to you live from Big Valley Christian High School in Modesto as the visiting Calaveras Redhawks are victorious 28-0, continuing their winning ways in the Motherlode League and setting up the big, huge Motherlode League game of the year next week against Linden at Frank Meyer Field. Greg, tell us a little bit about what you thought about what you saw tonight.
I honestly got to give it to Big Valley. They came out and they were intent on winning and giving everything they had. They executed their plays well. They couldn't put them together and get a score. And Calaveras, I'm not going to say they were off guard or flat-footed, but certainly didn't go the first couple quarters, did not go the way that everybody expected it to. And again, like everything you talked about at the beginning of the program, the rustiness, the week off, the emotional letdown, and maybe looking past this game, Calaveras, the 28-0 score is going to be odd to say. Didn't really represent how the game was played. They were moving the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Big Valley certainly was physical and played a tough football game. The score really isn't indicative, I believe, of kind of really how close the football game felt like it was.
Right.
When you take a look at the box score, you've got Calaveras scoring 6 in the first quarter, 8 in the second, 6 in the third, 8 in the fourth. So they scored in every quarter, but just one score in each quarter, right? There wasn't a big
no big plays.
Well, they had the one Enrique big run for 57 yards in the fourth quarter. But let's go over the scoring summary. Number 19, Devin Ellis, Bam Bam Ellis, got the scoring started with 1:31 in the first quarter with a 1-yard touchdown run. Extra point was no good. Calaveras had the lead 6-0.
Bam Bam.
In the second quarter, with 4:26 remaining, number 7, Enrique Hernandez, barreled into the end zone from 1 yard out. 2-point conversion was good. 14-0, Calaveras had the lead. That 2-point conversion was a planned play. It was an offensive play. And we'll tell you why.
We'll call it planned.
We'll call it planned. In the third quarter, with 2:06 remaining, number 22, Ryan Clifton, had his number called. And they faked the ball to him on the sweep. Everybody stopped covering him when he didn't have the ball in the sweep. He ran into the corner of the end zone. Colin Curran on the play action hit him on the nice pass, 6-yard touchdown pass. Extra point, no good. Calaveras has the lead 20-0. And then in the fourth quarter, with only 4:43 remaining in the game, number 7, Enrique Hernandez, got his number called, and he took off and showed his speed and went 57 yards for the touchdown. The extra point had a high snap. Quincy Dyson wisely brings it down. Hits Corey Castle in the corner of the end zone. 2-point conversion's good, and Calaveras had the lead 28-0, and that's where we finished the game. Calaveras victorious 28-0. So in this game, you had another shutout by Coach Clark's defense. Once again, Calaveras in the Motherlode League games have only given up 1 score or less. What's going to make next week, Greg, very interesting at Linden is not only the fact that both teams are undefeated in the Motherlode League, both teams are going to have the same overall record. Linden, when you look at points for in the Motherlode League, they've got the number 1 scoring offense in the Motherlode League. And when you look at points against, Calaveras has the lowest amount of points given. So you're going to have the number 1 offense going against the number 1 defense for the number 1 spot in the Motherlode League. Folks, if you're not out at Frank Meyer Field next week in San Andreas on Friday night to watch that Linden Calaveras game, I don't know what's wrong with you.
You better be listening to You better be listening if you're not there.
You better download that KVGC radio app and click on that Oldies button and hear the play-by-play because it's going to be the game of the year. Now, some interesting dynamics with that being said. It's going to be a big game, but the Somerville was a big game. Linden was a big game. And then when you look at Division 7, even if Calaveras beats Linden like they beat Somerville, there's a good chance they're going to have to beat one of those teams again in the playoffs if they want to go after a Division 7 section championship.
And that makes it rough playing the same team twice, and the same tricks may not work twice.
It's very hard to beat a team once, let alone beat them twice.
Right.
And so that'll be an interesting thing. So lots of big things coming up at this time of year when the weather's getting cooler, big, huge football games. I mean, you can't ask for a better situation.
Yeah, weather's getting cooler, but the games are getting hotter. This is getting exciting, man.
You're absolutely right. So be sure to tune in next Friday night That's October 24th. Frank Meyer Field in San Andreas at Calaveras High School, where Linden Lions will come up and play Calaveras for the Motherlode League championship, essentially. That's the 7 p.m. kickoff. Download that KVGC radio app. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Greg, any last comments about this game that you saw tonight?
No, I think we laid it out pretty well. Well done, Big Valley. Good job, Calaveras. Get ready to buckle up in a week's time.
Yeah, big football game tonight. It'll be interesting to see. Like I said earlier in the pregame, trying to decipher the Max Prep rankings and the CIF and everything that's going on here. I'm going to study up on my hieroglyphics deciphering and see what I could figure out about what a game like tonight means, shutting out Big Valley, scoring 28, and what that means, and we'll see, if I come up with anything.
It should significantly help them, but who knows?
This is true. All right, well, hey, folks, we appreciate all of you out there listening to KVGC Radio. And I've been Gil Valtierra, the voice of Calaveras football, along with Greg Stark. Once again, final score here at Big Valley Christian in Modesto, Calaveras 28, Big Valley 0. We will see you next Friday at Frank Meyer Field for the big Linden Calaveras game. You're not going to want to miss that one. Until next time, we are out.
All right.